Hello! How are we all? How are we all today? I need my earphones in. I can't hear shit. In answer to your question, if we're using, like, the best version of both characters, I think the Doctor would beat, God of Time Loki. To be honest, like... Not gonna lie, this music is so fucking out of place. Because, like, if you look at the actual game that it's from, like, this music should be in something like Skyrim, right? It's in the most out-of-place fucking game imaginable, but it's just the hardest fucking final boss theme I've ever heard in my life. like, this does not fit the game that it's in, at all, but it's so cool. Yeah, how's everyone doing today? Imagine if they played this in the final battle of Spider-Man 3. It'd be fucking awesome. Yeah, the Doctor Who comics are incredible.
Hello.
Hello.
I will say though, the music is good.
Yeah, fucking incredible final boss theme.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit the fucking game that it's from though.
It doesn't, because like I'm listening to it, I'm like, why does this fit so much better if it's in Spider-Man 3, or why does it feel like it should be in Elden Ring?
Do you know what this game's from, Phoenix?
What?
It's from Dungeon Defenders.
It doesn't sound like it needs to be in. It doesn't sound like it needs to be in Dungeon Defenders. It sounds like it needs to be in.
Bro, like, bear with me. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me just pause it. Hold on. Yeah, like, this is the game that it's from. Like, it's so fucking out of place for this game, but it's just incredible.
It does sound out of place, but it, like...
I mean, it definitely fits what's happening. I mean, you're fighting a dragon on top of a castle, like, during a thunderstorm. Like, it kind of fits, but at the same time, it's just, like... It fits something like Skyrim. It doesn't fit that, but, Hey, Aaron, how you doing? Right, let's begin with the game. Unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Mods are basically not working. There's been an issue going round where basically the recent update kind of fucked a few things over. I thought it was just a me issue, but like a lot of people have actually been having issues like on forums and shit. So we can still use the reshared. So we can still make the game look very pretty, prettier than it is on normal, but there's just been a few issues here and there. Bankai's been having a few issues as well. It's
wait, didn't he mod?
shit.
Wait,
But bro, Mankind modded like fucking everything. Like he modded like the whole fucking thing. It was weird.
Wait, how was it whenever he modded it? Or like were any of the villains changed?
But it's like he modded all the suits, he modded the sounds, like pretty much everything that could be modded, he did.
Hopefully Harry didn't hurt him.
Hello.
Hello. Can you make the game prettier than me? Yeah, of course I can. That's not hard to achieve. Sorry. Woohoo! Right. Let's go and make the game look like the end of the world.
Oh, and by the way, to answer your question, gamers, Civil War Spider-Man versus Marvel Spider-Man versus Yuri.
Woohoo!
Be specific,
Here
are we
we
talking
go.
about 616 Civil War, or are we talking like...
Norman, what are you doing?
Oh shit. I think the mod community can get around it. It's not the mod community that's the issue. It's just that the game isn't really compatible with. Well, the game is compatible with mods. It must just be some fucking like wrench in the works somewhere.
Just give me back my son.
Oh shit.
We are your son. Look at us.
Oh shit.
We are healthy, strong. This is what you wanted, isn't it?
Rest in peace, Tony Todd.
I can help you!
Where's the rest of it?
I'm not gonna lie, Dr. Connors, you probably shouldn't have told him. Well, shite. That's not fucking good.
Please don't.
Lol. Peter just gets fucking swatted. Well, shite.
What's he gonna do with that thing? I think we're about to find out.
Well, this ain't good, chat.
Harry's gone.
Yeah, this is where I got
House
the
and symbiote
island
are
level
perfectly
scaling.
fused. I'll find a way to save him. You can't. You
Fish.
can still stop the symbiote. How? By killing the host.
Yeah, I think Yuri would beat Civil War, Tom Holland.
Please. Save my boy.
Fuck off, you cunt. Peter, you should have probably said something to Norman. We've got this.
Hello,
Oh, where the fuck did you come from?
Shadow Realm.
You
Where did Echo
spawned
come
in.
from?
I came from the Shadow Realm.
Oh, it looks like the end of the world now. Haha.
Probably not a good thing.
The whole city is alien-fied.
I don't know, I don't know.
Look at it all.
Okay, so I've got 2 grand.
Look at that shit.
Do you see where I'm getting my island level scaling now? Even though
Well, that shit is nasty.
Spider-Man, I know you're.
I think Yuri's Spider-Man could become stronger than
Ha!
Toby and Andrew since Toby and Andrew Spider-Man cannot have any more feats.
Huh? I mean, they could. They were brought back to No Way Home, they can be brought back again. It's a fucking alien! Fuck you, go over the building.
Maybe I'll join voice on my
Ow,
phone.
get up. I'm able to join voice chat? Yeah, you should be able to. New York just can't catch a break, yeah, true. Let's go!
Oh shit.
Symbiotes are attacking those shoppers!
Get away from those shoppers, you bitch!
You know what's crazy? That this is a normal day in New York City, so they're probably just like, eh.
I mean, this shit is literally the end of the world, so...
Yeah.
Yay.
It's that's kind of normal for New York.
Come here for a spin!
Just go. Huh.
Get penetrated, fuckers.
Okay. Huh. Devil's Breath. Spider-Man fighting Rhino. This is a normal day.
Yay. Tree, do you mind? Oh, there we go.
How do I join Discord?
Same way you always do. There's a link in the description to join the Discord server.
So, how's your day been?
Day's been pretty alright.
Nice.
Not been too much going on today. Made a YouTube short, made a few things.
Nice. Sadly, I still have to work on...
What's happening? What the fuck's happening with the combat? The fucking swinging was like really slow for a second there.
Oh yeah, it's because when symbiotes spawn, they think you're in a combat encounter.
How about picking on me?
Hiya! Whoa, fuck. Ow. Alright, fuck this. Bring out the beast. Yeet.
I'm surprised.
I'll do
Donk.
this. What match was it? I tend to do easy.
Grenade out! Nailed it.
Oh, well, there's that.
I love how I killed them so fast that the game needed to catch up.
No kidding. There are nests popping up everywhere.
Where's the surge for anti-venom had the orange eyes? It's alright.
Wait, did you put the dialogue in where...
No, like none of the were you not listening at the start? None of the mods are working.
I was just saying, that dialogue would have been perfect.
I mean, it wouldn't have been perfect if I had modded the evolved suit to make it look better.
Yeah. Because, like, I was looking this morning, and, apparently, Venom, the whole entire game, is really fun.
Yeah, I feel like if Venom had, like, more abilities, he'd be fun. But, like, I just think that Venom is so fucking dull to play as.
Yeah. That's the reason why, like, to me, it's not fair. Why does he only have 2 moves? It's unfair. Peter had 4.
There you go. That was a bit awkward. Oh, Jesus, look at it.
That suit's not an alien, is it?
It's time for a Miles Morales original. You
Oh,
know?
he got one health.
Oh,
you little
Jesus,
bastard.
look at it.
It looks good.
It does not look good, Peter. Don't even try and lie.
It doesn't.
Oh,
You're
it's like cringe.
literally going
Like
down.
cringe on my screen.
It's like bubblegum.
Harry got the meteorite.
How is Peter able to remove anti-venom like a normal costume?
We can't
Like
save
he
him,
pulled
so
the
we-
fucking mask off.
I can't lose him, Miles. I can't do this again.
I saw
I guess
him.
because, like, it's a suit.
Big
where
Mac
it's
Mars
like-
McGuinness.
It's not your fault, Pete. She wanted to save you.
The Miles suit ain't that bad. Well, the Miles suit is shit. Number one, because it's design, and number two, because it's just so impractical.
She was struggling to breathe.
If May...
I mean, I would just say that it's out of character because, like, he says his original suit.
Yeah, it's like he made his original suit in fucking Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man Miles Morales, sorry.
So it's like the dialogue here literally contradicts that.
To fight.
Also, the fuck is that hairstyle?
Harry's still in there. And we're gonna fight like hell to get him back.
It looks like he's wearing chainmail underneath, even though it's just the textures.
Call the play, coach.
Let's split up. Cover more ground. You find the meteorite, I'll clear that nest out.
You got it, Spider-Man.
Seems a bit weird that Peter's taking advice from... Peter's, like, making Miles the coach, but I get what they're doing. Oh, shite. Do I have to wear this costume? Ah, yes. When you don't get service, you just shove your phone up your ass.
Alright, immediately just go to the black colorway.
There we go. Much better.
I had to check out that infected skyscraper I saw with Pete. There has to be something there.
Hello.
Countdown begin.
Oh shit.
Looks like that scared
The
you,
fuck
huh?
off me.
I must be onto something important for you to try to defend
Yeet.
yourself like this.
The fuck off that thing.
Okay, I just went through the water.
What the fucking sonic burst? Oh, Jesus Christ, that's OP. Get off. Suck it. Up the arse. Forgot how OP Miles is. Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, Peter's more OP,
Where's
but
that
you know.
voice coming from? I can't let them get to the heart.
Still woke.
Hey, get Soundwave, bitch. See you later, bitch.
You little bitch.
Yeah, Sonic 06 is better than Shadow the Hedgehog for that scene alone. Just see you later, bitch.
Yep.
How the fuck has only 30 seconds gone by? It felt like I was fighting for my life.
How's it going, Spider-Man? I think I'm almost done clearing
This is an
nest.
insane broken symbiote nest.
I'm hearing these voices.
Kill the fucking pink one.
Look
Grr.
for that meteorite. Don't let him get in your head. That's not Harry talking.
And I'm dead. Fuck me. Oh, why do I bother using finishers? There's no point. Yeah, like, I hate the fact that they're showing his haircut, considering it actually, like, it's actually really, really bad. Considering it, like, risks his identity being discovered. Like, wearing an entire mask. Not to mention it also betrays the, It also betrays the idea of, Spider-Man in general, where it's like, the reason why the suit covers 100% of your body is because anyone can imagine themselves under the costume. So the fact that we've got this dog shit hairstyle on full display that no one in their right minds would ever have. It's like, I don't really like it. How many people know Miles Morales? I mean, that's not the point. It's like, I just feel like you wouldn't risk your identity like that. Especially since whilst the people of Harlem, like, seem to know who Miles is, it's like, you wouldn't just flaunt your identity.
Well, I mean, then again, it's only Harlem, like, not the whole entire city knows, so it's just Harlem and Peter.
How's it going, Spider-Man? I think I'm almost done clearing this nest.
Yay.
But Pete,
Death to you all, grrr.
Hear them too.
looking for that
I don't think
meteorite.
putting death on
Don't
people is
let him
very
get in
nice,
your
Rick.
head. That's not Harry talking.
Sound waves seem like a really good idea.
Call me when you finish up.
Oh, what? Oh, what's that? We're fighting Superman? Yeah, we're just gonna shove a load of kryptonite up his ass. Also, I've been playing some Bloons recently, and if the multiplayer was better, I'd stream it. Fucking hell, I forgot how OP the gadgets are.
Your time's running out.
See you later, bitch!
Pro tip: when you fight Batman, just tell him his mother's name is Martha.
That's such a fucking stupid scene. The fact that people say that Ben Affleck's Batman is more comic accurate than Robert Pattinson's is, like, that's just meh.
Well, I mean, the only thing is though with Affleck's Batman, it's more or less that he kills.
Yeah, but also he's just a complete fucking idiot.
That and we don't know who his Robin is, which is the main problem, because like a lot of people are saying that it could be Nightwing. I'm like, okay, if it's Nightwing, Nightwing wouldn't want Batman to kill, so it's probably Jason.
Well, shit. Miles got dragged into the ether.
Where am I?
You are home. Finally, you are where you belong.
The more grounded you make Batman, the more weaker he becomes. I mean, not necessarily.
You are safe here. Everyone you love is safe here.
My head. I have to find a way out.
Why would you leave? We are here.
Meow.
But I will say though, whenever it comes to the lawsuit, like my only true issues with it is that it's out of character for Miles to say
This isn't where I
that.
belong, neither do you. Come on, Miles.
Take off the shoes, have the hood on, you'll be fine.
Haley? What are you showing me?
Get the fuck away from her.
Join us.
It's the meteorite.
Rick, are you ready?
The cutscene's lagging like quite a lot. Nailed it.
Haley's in trouble.
Did you immediately switch the suit? Yes, I did.
To the Harlem subway station, next to the bridge.
I like Anti-Venom, but I'm not gonna switch Anti-Venom. I like Anti-Venom.
Harry,
Wow, not even change it to the
I have to go help Haley.
best suit in the game.
Back up. What happened? I got sucked into the hive mind. Saw this vision.
I just hate the idea that it's not like a full mask as well. Like, it just looks so fucking ugly.
Serious,
Yeah.
just give me 10 minutes.
You wanna know what's crazy is even the voice actor for Miles was asked this question at a convention,
Sorry, Miles, but I can't waste any time.
and he literally
But it's
put
like,
his head down.
but it's like Mr. Gamer. I hate
so
that.
annoyed with
I hate
that.
that argument. 'Cause it's like, what's your defense for Michael Keaton's Batman? It's like he's a grounded Batman, yet he can 1v1 Kryptonians.
I know you're here.
So it's like, what's your response to him?
Yes, I'm here, buddy. I know. Just hang on. I'm coming.
It's like, you can have grounded characters who are still OP. Like, what about One Punch Man? It's like, he's OP and he basically just fights fucking regular criminals. Aside from the average monster, but it's like, either way. You can still have grounded characters that are OP. Like, I just hate that argument. I mean, look at Spider-Man's existence as well. Like, original comic Spider-Man.
Venom! Please talk to me. I have to
No,
get
seriously.
underground.
Bankai says, I'm still pissed that they updated the game because now I can't use the mods because of that. Spider-Man 2 went from a 9 out of 10 to a 3 out of 10.
Oh, that's fucking stupid. I mean, if the mods, I mean, at the end of the day, if mods really made that big of a difference, I'd have to ask, like, did you even like the game at all? He couldn't. He literally killed Namek. Like, I don't know what you're on about.
Two of you? Not now!
I'm gonna go rage mode for this one. So.
I don't have time for this. Maybe. No. Come on, Spider-Man. Almost done. Harry!
Die!
Can you hear me? Just stay down. I'll find you, buddy. I'm coming.
Also, are we forgetting, like, Spider-Man's existence? Like, original Spider-Man was a grounded hero, yet he was still, like, on the same strength level as, like, Hulk, Thor, the Thing.
Yeah, and there's, like, few people that Spider-Man can go out on. He can only, like, he can go out on Hulk and Thor because they can take a lot of damage.
Everything all good with Haley?
Is 7 out of 10 considered a good rating? I'd say that 7 and above is great, yeah.
A few more minutes. Hang tight.
I'd say that between a 4 and a 6 is like mid, and then anything below a 4 is pretty bad. Do you know the drama about the voice actor for Miles Morales? No. I don't really give a fuck about the Spider-Verse films, if I'm honest.
What are you doing here?
I don't hate them, but... yeah.
It was just so funny, too.
I was trying to save you.
Here's the thing, I can understand why Shamik was down bad. But,
I like you so much.
don't go that
And
far.
I think you like me. Do you want to go out? Hey, on a date?
Miles, time and a fucking place, mate. End of the world. She could literally become a tentacle hentai monster any second now, and you should probably go and save the world, not gonna lie, and stop Venom. Again, like, time and a place?
Well, it's a date then.
Time and a place? Miles? Get your fucking ass in gear? Just so fucking unnecessary.
Pete! I'm on the way! Pete?
Peter!
Hey, it's Harry. Leave a message.
Hey,
I'm surprised Harry's phone still works, to be honest.
He says you're too far gone, but I know that's not true. Harry, I messed up. I was terrible to you. Your dream, our dream, healing the world. I'm sorry.
Alright, anyway, to the video.
Fucking
It's
hell,
because,
he's
like,
okay.
it's because the fact that a symbiote could literally just jump out of nowhere.
You're here.
I'm here.
Are you finally ready?
Harry, I can't.
He couldn't. He literally could. Like, his technology killed Namek. I don't really know what to tell you, dude. Like, his technology... Like, just because he himself died, like, he did stalemate Namek.
Oh no.
The same guy who could give Superman a run for his money.
Where are you? Did you go down there?
You were right. It has to be here. He has to.
I still love Spider-Man 2.
I know, man.
Yeah, it's a shame that the mods aren't working. But at the very least, we know for a fact it's not like an us thing. It's like an actual like issue that other people are having. The fuck is happening with the visuals? Is this like supposed to happen, or am I just like?
It's supposed to happen.
Oh, it's supposed to happen. Okay, fair enough. I thought for a moment it was just an issue on my end. Hey, Arctic, how you doing? I'm worried Yuri Lowenfall's gonna pass away before Spider-Man 3 comes out. He's not that fucking old. I know he's in his 50s, but like, let's take him the piss a bit.
He's not.
He is.
No, I'm talking about the pass away part.
I was gonna say, Yuri Lowenfall is in his 50s.
Oh yeah, I know he's in his 50s.
Die! Yeet.
Burn!
They're already dating, why is this a big deal? I just don't know why they would, like... I don't know why he would ask fucking Haley out during, like, the end of the world. Like, come on, Miles. Priorities. Even MCU Peter got that right. And he's a fucking knobhead.
Well, to be honest, MCU Peter let Mysterio die.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point. Fucking Tom Holland Spider-Man let Mysterio die. What an absolute twat. He would not do that. Yeah, like, fucking Tom Holland Spider-Man's such a shit Spider-Man. And Far From Home is just the worst thing in the world. Hey, level 55. Are there any skill? Is there any skill points I can get? Oh, I can level up the upshot. Nice.
Level 55.
Yeah, because like, I think one thing that Colin said in his video. I think one thing that he said in his video was.
I saw this recent video about a guy that said trans kids shouldn't transition. I mean, do what you want. Like, if you know, it's like, what you pick the ball that you're caught. That you pick where your ball. You pick the court where you place your ball in. Nailed it. Leap off bounce. That sounds pretty fun. Oh, that's
also,
Wolfrash. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's the one where you can pretty much just give people no job. Now let me stop before I actually.
The fuck did you just say? Are you saying that Far From Home is worse than She-Hulk? I think that Far From Home did more damage to Spider-Man than She-Hulk did to She-Hulk.
Miles?
I'm not saying it's worse.
No.
But Far From Home, like, 100% did more damage to the MCU than She-Hulk did.
We want to show you something.
Hello, are you okay? I need that on for the green screen.
We are healed. Finally free. We can give that gift to everyone.
Anti-Venom. Hope you're not sounding toxic. No, why the fuck would it be toxic? You're just reporting on something that people have done. It's like, that doesn't make you toxic.
Yo, bro. Not cool.
Freaking flops off Peter. Eh. Saying Far From Home's worse than Madam Web. Nah, Madam Web just gets its own tier. Woo!
You good, man?
You wanna know what's worse is that you're stuck with the evolve suit for the rest of this part. So.
Well, shite.
I know where the meteorite is.
Let's go.
MJ, you all need to meet up at May's house.
What's going on up there, guys?
It's the meteorite that the symbiote arrived in. He's using it to transform the city. I know where it is.
And we're gonna steal
But you wanna know what's crazy though? Is like for the next like Avengers movie, people are saying that they're excited that Spider-Man's gonna be leading the Avengers.
Woo! Let's go!
So I'm like, okay, cool. So we're just gonna forget about the... We're gonna forget about the kid that he met up with in Iron Man 3.
Why are you using... Why is Peter using combat abilities during swinging? That was a bit awkward.
Spider-Man was never a leader. Well, in the cartoon, well, in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, he was.
Let's go. You don't have to use the evolved suit in the final battle. No, if you're in New Game Plus, you don't have to. I think that's how it works.
Listeners, I implore you, stay inside your homes. Lock the doors. Board the windows. Trust no one. The city is overrun with a miasma of massive, oppressive...
I hope they write that well in Avengers Doomsday. I just have no hope for Avengers Doomsday. Like, just straight up.
They're capturing us, converting us, and will soon overtake us. Don't give them the chance. While the government sits on its hands, my loyal listeners have taken to the forest, looking for any signs of weakness.
Oh, glad to see that they're actually trying to patch up the damage. This is your last chance to collect resources to upgrade gear before the end of the story. I don't give a sh. Let's just do it. The end of the story.
Central Park Reservoir.
The water system.
Pumping goo everywhere.
Adding more and more people to the hive mind.
If all those symbiotes get out of Manhattan...
Goodbye, Earth. Hello, planet goo. The meteorite is the source of all the power, right? Creating goo, creating symbiotes. But it was useless until Harry repaired it.
Yeah.
And that particle accelerator is what damaged it in the first place. Cut off a piece at low power.
Right, so what if we crank the power up? Like way past 11.
Might destroy it.
And free everyone connected to the hive mind.
Theoretically.
But that reservoir's gotta be mobbed with symbiotes. And you know Harry's not gonna let that rock out of his sight.
Unless he sees something he wants more. Me. Just, you know, for illustrative purposes. Harry's still Harry. He thinks he's healing the world.
Even though the Godzilla fanbase constantly did not, while the Extreme Shadow fanboys are annoying. What do you mean by that?
I can lead Harry.
The gaming community has already been bad.
And I can handle all this.
Really?
Well, I
don't think the gaming community is bad. I think it's just fanboys.
For illustrative purposes.
All right. Fire up the accelerator.
It really is that bad of a suit. Yeah, true.
Hive mind. World saved. We all get churros?
Theoretically.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man was actually Spider-Man before joining Team Iron Man. Didn't have any tech for small crime.
Harry being too far gone.
Yeah, that is true.
If you can't save him, are you
It won't
ready?
come to that. You two will be able to destroy the rock in time. Let's heal the world.
For real,
I have returned.
Excellent. Yeah, like the MCU is just freaking. Yeah, I hate the evolved suit. It's fucking awful.
Yeah. And it's like you're stuck with that suit for the rest of this, by the way. Like, you're
like it's
locked
such a freaking downgrade. Like, I hate it.
So the meteorite is somewhere in that thing?
So are Harry and his friends.
Here. Figured you could use a sonic touch.
Oh, I just think I'm gonna beat this guy. Shit.
Let's do this.
They're just standing there. What are they waiting for?
Is there a Pokemon? That's the reason why I don't like it.
Look.
It's just the shoes and
Time
it's just
for the
fact
big
that you
finale.
just take off the shoes.
The Marvel fanbase are friendly people. You can agree. I mean,
Don't anyone forget.
I think it's just fanboys that are funny. I like taking the piss out of fanboys because it's funny. He had his own web fluid. Yeah, true. Hey, Claude edit, so you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Just
You gonna
appears.
sit in there and play with your pet rock all night?
Peter, of all the ideas you've had, this probably ain't the best.
It's you and me, Harry. Like we always wanted.
Yeah, knew it. I was waiting for it because I knew he was going to charge.
Our gift will finally be yours.
Here's the thing, though. You're gonna have to catch me first.
Yeet. Let's go.
Alright, Rift, are you ready to play?
He just shot. Well, I love how that web just did literally nothing.
MJ, now!
Bad boys in gaming ruin everything, Rift. I don't think they ruin everything. I think they just expose how freaking dumb they are. Like, fanboys are just funny. Well, shit, MJ, you're on your own, love.
You wanted a story, Watson.
Grab the meteor.
What was that? A dead end? No.
There's a thing, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has
wait.
like
Oh, there.
America
Yeah, my bad.
more.
Whoever dropped these flares.
And to think friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has Peter like Captain America more actually designs
yeah, see ya.
suit, and while Norman helps them, Peter is the one who does things himself.
MJ in Dead Space.
What the hell?
Friendly neighborhood has broken more barriers than Tom Holland Spider-Man did.
Yeet. He got absolutely yeeted. You see the video on the guy who tried debunking the Spider-Man vs. Homelander video? No, because I've already seen his video on my Supersonic vs. Superman video, and his points were freaking dumb. So, I don't really,
I guess they left more than just flares.
So I don't really care. I've heard that he tried lowballing the shit out of Spider-Man whilst wanking Homelander, so... I mean, if he joins the server, I'll debate him, but that's about it. At the end of the day, pretty much everyone on his channel is like, yeah, you're a clown. You're this, that, you're the other. So it's like, I don't really care.
I mean, he tried to bring up comic scaling for
fucking hell, she can like rapid fire these bloody Sonic things.
Yeah.
It's like a plasma pistol. So this is where Space Marines 2 got the inspiration from.
Wait, Riff, I forgot to tell you this. I watched like a little bit of it, and he tried to use comics. He tried to use 616 comics to scale Ensom Spider-Man.
Well, that's freaking dumb, since if you do that, then he one-shots Homelander. So it's like, eh.
Looks like the meteorite's connected to the rest
So
of
I'm like, so we're just gonna ignore that this is Insomniac Spider-Man, so you should be using his comics, excluding Spider-Geddon.
Normal rock. That can also end the world.
Why do people have an issue with Venom in this game, aside from Harry? I don't understand. Yeah, sure.
The reason is because there's hardly any screen time with him.
Give me that feckin' meteor.
That, and he feels rushed because, in an interview, Insomniac said that they meant to have more Venom, like, Rift. This MJ section right here, not supposed to be this MJ mission. They said that it wasn't even supposed to be in the game.
Interesting. Danko has also done Supersonic vs. Superman. Yeah, Danko is pretty much known for wanking Snyder Cut Superman. Like, so I don't really have, like, Danko's the sort of guy where he's like, oh, Supersonic, like, punch Super Shadow across the planet. Like, he solos fiction. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Oh.
Like, Danko just has no idea what he's talking about. Like, he's like the Harmon Smith of the power scaling community, where it's just like, it's almost like beating a dead horse, like, talking about him.
I'll wait for...
I will say that he has got better. Like, he used to be a lot worse, because he literally, but, like, he's still not great. Oh, yeah, now I just got absolutely destroyed.
I can't wait for the next...
I don't really see what I was supposed to do about that.
And then Harmon Smith's just gonna rage and bitch on that one too.
I don't really see what I was supposed to do about that, you know?
I was gonna say you could just run through there, but like I don't know if you wanna. I don't know if you know the speedrun strat.
The meteorite.
Yeah, let's go. I'm not a huge fan of Spectacular Spider-Man. Ooh.
Gotta get out of here.
That is certainly a take.
Oh yeah,
own opinion.
Tony, that is true. A lot of people expected it to be Eddie Brock.
There we go. Let's go.
This rock back. It's game over.
There we go.
Like I've seen people give this game like a 5, give this game a 5 out of 10 just for this main reason. Venom is not Eddie Brock.
Okay, and
wow,
okay.
Character switch, good game.
I guess they have issue with like every other character that's Spider-Man that isn't Peter Parker then.
Yeah.
They must really fucking hate Edge of Time then, and Shattered Dimensions. Get fucked.
Because like here's the thing,
aim for
like,
the head. These shooting mechanics are very clunky. Like I'll be damned if I'm getting a headshot with these shooting mechanics.
You know what's crazy is that I bought up
Oh shit! Shit! Fucking rock! Fucking hell! Bloody Xenomorph came out of nowhere. Where did he come from? I mean, he's mum at some point, but someone already hates Miles Morales being Spider-Man. Yeah, there's fucking loads of people who hate Miles Morales.
Yeah, there's loads of people who hate being Spider-Man.
Shite. Okay, this escalated a bit. How did that kill me? I literally didn't take any damage.
Yeah, the tendrils are auto-aim.
You gotta be kidding me.
Can we just... This doesn't control well.
A ladder with this thing still on me. Hey, I think that hurt it.
Fuck you. Oh, thanks. Jesus Christ, that was pain.
Time to go, Miles.
Let's go. Yay. That was concerningly easy.
Yeah.
You ready?
Hold on. I get the hate for Venom. It's not Eddie Brock, but like if they like here's my thing, like if they made it Eddie Brock, then explain how the build-up would work. Is literally my question. Like there's ways you can make Eddie work, but
he's above you. Oh, he's below you. Yay.
This is where we became best friends.
Yeah, it is.
And now it's where we become brothers.
Brother from another mother. Final boss time!
Now he's got a big mouth.
He has a bit, yeah.
But his breath absolutely reeks.
Ooh! Okay, great start to the fight.
For everything we've been through.
Oh, fuck it. Okay, this fight actually has pretty bad frame rate, not gonna lie. Fuck you, and fuck your family lineage.
Did you forget about Flash kicking our asses for 4 years?
wait, how do you still have rage left?
But we had each other.
Huh?
How do you still have rage left?
What are you on about?
Like you still have rage mode.
I don't. Wait, what the fuck?
Gotta stay off the ground.
Oh, right, okay, I'm not supposed to be there. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go over here then.
No, you can actually go over here. Like, you can actually force him to go over there.
Uh-oh, that's not good. I think I'm dead now. I think, am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. This could take a while because this boss fight has absolutely shit frame rates.
Please, remember everything we've been
Wait, it was going at 80.
No, it's going at 30. Oh, I think he's gonna kill me again. Oh, turns out I can survive that. Just fucking barely.
Yeah, this is the hardest boss in the game.
Did you forget about Flash kicking our asses for 4 years?
My god.
But we had each other. What is he doing?
Okay. Go into the air, you bastard. Oh, that'd be good. Fuck me. See, like the hardest thing about this fight is just that the frame rate shits itself all the time. Like,
join us.
Please, remember everything we've been through.
Just parry the person or dodge it.
Did you forget about Flash kicking our asses for 4 years?
We were weak then.
But we had each other.
okay, now I'm gonna go into the air.
Everything around us.
Fuck you, Venom. You coming over here to fight me, lad? No, that was a mistake. Do you see what I mean about this? Right.
Yeah, I see.
Like, sometimes it is my fault, 'cause I'm, like, attacking at the wrong time, but... Okay, the upshot really can save my ass here. Fuck you. Fuck, oh, I actually dodged that, okay. Yeah, the upshot is actually really fucking good for stun locking bosses.
You came over every single day after school.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal a little bit because like he's gonna probably crush your attack.
Come here. Yay. You toss that shit into his face.
That day on the football field.
Bit grim.
There.
But you know.
Always have been.
Until we got sick again. You abandoned us while we were fighting for our lives.
I was trying to save you.
Come on.
Didn't feel like that to us.
Yeah, get stun locked, bitch. Ow. Well, I was about to say I have some focus left, but I fucking lost that shit very quickly. Oh no. Now you're fucked. Death to you, bitch. Well. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Phase 2. Kinda wish that I had saved Symbiote Surge at this point.
Yeah, you're gonna be back at. Oh wait, you don't get health back from that cutscene.
Not working.
You're going to have to rely on your abilities.
Stay calm.
Oh, get off, get off, get off, get off, get off. Oh, Venom looks different now.
Yeah, he's getting boosted.
Yeah, he looks more like Symbiote Surge. Haha! Not too sure why Venom would
want to heal.
I get it. Oh, fuck me! Thanks.
Gotta take those things out.
Yeah, I know. It'd be fucking awesome if there weren't like millions of enemies dodging all of my attacks, and then he just comes in with an unblockable attack from behind where I can't even see it.
Oh yeah, you can web shoot. You can web shoot the enemy.
Symbiote's dropping in.
Fuck you, Venom. Fucking green ones are so frustrating.
One at a time.
There we go. I like how I like how I web strike them and it doesn't launch me into the air. Oh, stay still, you. And he just caught. Fucking Christ! This is such a shit fight. Bloody hell! Right, try this again.
Not giving me a choice. Whoa, symbiote's dropping in.
Right, there we go. Okay, the ricochet web actually does work against these guys.
Stay calm. Take him out.
It's like, again, like I'm trying to fight these guys, and then he just comes in out of nowhere like a freaking wrecking ball. You okay? I think I'm dead already. Oh no, actually, it's alright, I got away with that. No, don't lock onto Venom, what are you doing? Uh-oh. Oh, bitten Christ.
Whoa, symbiote's dropping in.
Here we go again.
Okay. Try.
Alright, so you actually can fucking unblockable attacks.
You're going the wrong way when it comes to the green ones. You gotta web shoot them. They dodge when you try to melee them.
Yeah, I know, it's very difficult when I've also got this fucker attacking me. The thing that I don't like about unblockable attacks in this game is that sometimes you can actually dodge them. Like, they specifically say, yeah, you can't block or dodge these attacks, but sometimes you can. It's
Actually,
really...
the way to dodge them is to dodge and then immediately press the jump button.
It's like, sometimes that doesn't work, and sometimes it does. It's really weird.
This anti-venom's gonna sting Harry.
Sometimes the Venom abilities work as well.
Believe it or not, I fought Venom with just the iron arms and the advanced...
Yeah, good for you.
No, but it was still hard on this one. Like, I had to use Venom.
See, another thing that I don't like is with unblockable attacks, so if you're in the air, you're fucked. Like, there's literally nothing you can do.
You can hit him with a finisher here if you want to do that.
Or what's the point? I need help.
Now or never.
Sure.
Right, there we go. Finally. The fucking LBB is so good because it has like the AoE effect. It's really good for this phase. If I die again, I'll make sure that I save it. Yeah, the fucking AoEs are so good. Symbiote Tempest is also going to be an ability that I'll keep for when he starts summoning ads. Cheers for just phasing through the fucking sound thing, Venom.
No.
Thought that was your weakness.
Just like I'll save you.
Gotta get out of here.
And Rift, I would recommend you use the rage because he's gonna scream again and it's gonna get rid of your rage, so might as well use it.
Let's do it.
With your head, Harry. You're my best friend.
Then why don't you trust us?
Die. I just punched him right in the dick.
Thing you're wearing.
Oh, and again. Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it gets rid of your abilities no matter what. Okay. I'm kind of wishing that I invested in the ricochet web now.
If you hit Venom with the anti-venom abilities like 3 times, it stops this round of the swarms.
Also, using a web grabber on Venom is a fucking great idea, because it just fucks all of them.
I just use the sound grenade because it actually stuns them and lowers
it's on cooldown at the moment. Oh shit, okay, I've got my abilities, okay. Right, come here, fuckers. There we go, that's most of you dealt with. That was probably a waste of a takedown. I should have used that on Venom, but never mind.
No,
let's go for a spin. now you're fucked, mate. Come here. Jesus, Peter's going in. Fucking yeeted him off his feet.
And this is him holding back.
Well, what's weird is that Venom is amped here, so it's just like like Venom would be more on his ass if Peter would.
Yeah, it's just that Harry's in there, so he's having to hold back.
Well, no, it's just that Venom's amped here. Peter's like holding back still. Like they're both holding back.
That was insane.
But just amped Venom.
Yeah.
It'll be over soon.
Right, he just shrugged that shit off.
Doesn't matter what you do to me.
I don't think Peter's trying to use the full anti-venom because he knows doing so will kill Harry. He's just trying to weaken him.
The meteorite. You took it from us.
Next time we do that fight, parrying makes it way easier.
But it's like, I was parrying a couple of his attacks, it's just that... It's like, if he uses unblockable attacks and I'm already in the air, it's like, I can't really parry it at that point.
Yeah.
I like fighting in the air, so it's like...
Well, you're about to get your chance.
Did you get the mods working? No. Turns out it's not an issue with me, it's an issue that everyone's having. Because of, like, the recent update to the game, it kind of, like, fucked the mods. So it's like, Bankai's been having issues, there's, like, forums of people having issues.
If that's the case, then I'm probably gonna have to get it later, because, like, I'm gonna have to get it later on, because, like, I want mods to work.
Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, I think you guys should wait before you buy this, because, like, the freaking frame drops at times, like, it's unacceptably bad. So it's like, I'd honestly wait, like, a few weeks before you get it. The most unnecessary backflip, question mark? Yeah, like, look at Venom here, he looks very much like Symbiote Surge. He looks freaking awesome, actually.
Even Miles is worried where he got wings, too. He's like,
if Anti-Venom was sentient, the battle would be even funnier, since Venom and Anti-Venom could debate who's the better symbiote. I don't think it would make sense, narratively, if Anti-Venom was sentient. Because technically, Anti-Venom and Venom are the same symbiote.
He's okay, right?
well, I mean, then again, you have to know there's a Berserker Venom.
Just get him out of here.
Or a Berserker Anti-Venom.
Sure, Anti-Venom has nice shoes.
This is what really pisses me off. People say that Miles actually does better than Peter when all he did was hold Venom off long enough for Peter to get away, to wake up.
I guess the reason why they're saying that is because of the fact that...
My man's got fucking wings.
Or at least
Buffalo wings make you fly.
People are saying that it's just because
right, come on, Big Mac McGinnis.
Electricity is neutral, it's not a straight up weakness, it's just neutral to Venom, so he's holding his own here.
Come here, Big Mac McGinnis.
Well, the best way to describe it is the electricity is effective, it's like a good AP attack, but it's nothing like to truly counter Venom.
It's kind of crazy that all of this takes place at the Emily May Foundation. Where you killed the koi fish, you bastards. Wrong ability.
Yeah,
I'm playing as Miles, thinking that I'm playing as Peter still. Like, I've got, like, all of his symbiote abilities in my head still.
Yeah, but use your, like, AoE attack, like the Rage for Miles, because that gives you 3 focus.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Ultimate. Come here.
I know you talked to your mom.
Surprised that didn't cripple him.
Remember? What you saying right now?
Yeah, but if you keep using your abilities and keep spamming, you know, your ultimate, you can get 3 focus bars every single time. Miles is broken in this game. Like, you're already 75% of the way there.
Yeah, I understand why people say that Miles is broken, because, like, to an extent, he is.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like playing as Miles, once you've got, like, all of his abilities upgraded, like, he is so fucking OP.
I'm waking you up.
I'm not saying he's, like, stronger than Peter, but, like, bloody hell, you can juggle people so much.
Yeah. There's a reason why, like, I would say, like...
Well, it's just like in comparison to Peter and Miles, it's more fun to play, but Miles is more broken.
Yeah, I think Peter's definitely more fun, because Symbiote Surge is really useful. Fuck me, I'm just not dodging any of these attacks. Good job, mate. No, don't die! Miles! Right, there we go.
Another thing here too is that Harry.
I got a checkpoint. It's okay.
Another thing here too is that Venom and Harry's bond is just completely broken.
Bro, if this was like Dark Souls, where you have to do like the entire thing with no breaks in between, I'd be fucked.
Well, you know, what'd be funny is if you would like if there was the multiplayer mod out. Just imagine just 2 Spider-Man like trying to dog hunt.
Oh.
There's electricity is.
Although Peter's just still dead. He's just like. Ah, yes. What's your favorite comment from the Shadow post? Jesus, there's so many. Oh, we got Miles again. Oh, hi there.
But yeah,
I'm not very good at ground combat, so let's see if I can do this first try as well.
Oh no.
Just use your ultimate, that way you get your 3 focus.
Oh yeah!
You have cans everywhere, just shoot the cans at them, because apparently they have sound in them for some reason.
It's compressed sound, of course.
You took him away! What the hell are you talking about?
And if you keep using your ability, go right back.
I'll get parried, fucker. Oh, that ain't good. Oh, I died. Oh, shite, that killed me. Fucking hell, he messed me up. Okay. Yeah, ground combat is something I'm definitely not as good at.
You're doing this for yourself!
Is this what Dark...
Miles is broken, he really gets folded by Venom.
Yeah.
Wait. Nova says, is this what Dark Souls would have been like if Dark Souls 4 them? If this is Dark Souls, I would have worked with that.
You took him away from us.
Took him away! What the hell are you talking
Fucking hell, I'm just juggling with him. Yay.
Use your 2 focus bars and then use your ultimate.
We remember what you did.
Die!
Man, that's the symbiote talking, not you!
You can avoid undodgeable attacks by jumping. Not all the time you can't. Sometimes you get hit by it regardless.
Maybe I was.
Which is the thing that I was complaining about, the fact that it's so freaking inconsistent.
You think you're better than us, don't you?
Did you have a stroke reading my comment? What are you on about? I don't even think I did read your comment, unless it was Ace.
That was me.
Oh, that was you, alright.
It was like, half of it was a little bit confusing.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't matter if
Hiya!
you like me or not. I'm here for you.
Oh, glad to see that. Glad to see that sound canister did literally anything.
Well,
it just phased right through him. Excellent.
Let's end this.
He just walks, he's just like...
He just sidestepped it, is like, yeah, no thanks. Here comes Big Mac McGinnis. And... yay. See, even Venom hates the evolved suit. He stopped holding back because he hates that suit. Venom, why would you do that? Why would you kill him with the one thing you need for your plan to work? That's not a good idea.
Because he's already boosted, he's like, man.
Well, no, it's like that thing's claimed.
Open wide. Not gonna lie, I feel like that would kill Harry. Like if he took a sonic grenade straight to the face, I feel like that would probably kill you. Like at best, he is permanently deaf from now on.
Yeah. See, look, this is the part right here where I'm like, yeah, Harry doesn't know what's going on here. The bond's broken.
Whee!
Well, I feel like the meteor is like camping the symbiote so much
true.
that Harry knows nothing.
This is Venom Airlines, preparing for takeoff. Oh, and then Mars just... oh, the spider sense just fucking fell asleep. I fucking love this.
The spider sense only works if you don't know...
Oh,
if you don't coming.
Ah, yes, the white alien punching the, yeah.
Punching the flag.
I mean, they're both white and black, so you can't stay
So,
racist.
like...
Opposites attract, yeah. It's like they're the same colors, just flipped. Whee!
This isn't Star Trek where my white side is on the right side, my black side's on the left side, and then his black is on the right, and his white is on the left.
Oh, hi.
I personally see the symbiote as amping
What a
his emotions
punch.
and blinding him. Nah.
See, this is something that never made sense to me. How the hell did Miles get on that frickin' chopper?
More questionable is what is that chopper doing?
He web swung on it. I guess the
What?
chopper's just there.
Well, hung up
He
in
wants
the
to
air.
know what's going on. It's like the chopper wanted to know what was going on, and like
We just
I guess
appreciate
he
the fact
saw-
that Miles technically just overpowered Venom for a second there. Die! Beat the crap out of him. Death to you, human. Alley-oop. Get fecked. Come on, Miles, you got this. And now we get to see Peter.
You ready to finish this?
Puffer Parker.
What I don't understand is how's the anti-venom not healed already?
Oh no.
Well, it's because it's battle damage.
Oh, you think you're coming in for landing? I don't freaking think so, mate.
Well, again, the anti-venom should regenerate like the black suit or symbiote suit.
Whee!
Yeah.
Oh, that was an explosion.
I just chalk it up to battle damage too, but it's just
Eat shit, Venom.
Gives you that for Cosmic to establish how much of a threat Venom is.
I'm done.
Like, it made me think if Peter doesn't even have a regen with anti-venom.
No, how about no? And then this is where Peter just goes Kaioken. Fucking love this moment. How about no? Come here, you bitch. Wait, what am I supposed to be doing? Wait, hang on, wait, what? What am I supposed to do?
Yank him back.
Oh, turns out it doesn't matter, the game just does it for you. Okay. That was a bit weird.
Wait, what's happening?
Oh no. Peter just struggled there.
I'm done. Either way, Pete. No. We still have time? No.
Yeah, probably Insomniac Spider-Man would beat Saddam Sonic, especially if you use like the comic book crossovers.
Let's heal the world, Pete. Together.
Oh, what happened to the symbiote then? It just didn't form his face. Oh dear, the PC port is
What the
definitely.
heck?
The PC version definitely has some issues.
There's some issues, but at least it's not Iron Galaxy.
Oh, come on, Miles. Miles. Yeet. Fantastic idea, MJ. We're in business. Miles just gets freaking yeeted.
Now, Pete.
You know, there was this logic fallacy that people were making that no one's overpowered the tendrils in this verse, so therefore
Kill it.
it's targeted.
Actually, there is a person that can overpower the tendrils. Alex can overpower the tendrils, but we don't mention that.
No. Well, this looks interesting. Oh shit, I have to... Okay. I got it. Oh, Jesus Christ, the frame rate.
How much is the frame rate going up by like a...
That's the neat thing. It isn't going up. It went down. Quite a lot. I think we did it. But at the same time, there's still quite a lot of slime everywhere. Is Nicole Isaac's wife, or is she a love interest?
Now, here's a question.
Isaac has a wife, yeah.
But you see how Peter removed the Venom symbiote? Later in the next cutscene, after, like, you see all the symbiotes die, you see the Venom symbiote still alive somehow.
Yeet.
Well, I mean, I guess... I don't know. But I will say, by that logic, this technically makes anti-venom plus cargo accelerator island level then? Because like, look at how big it is.
Well, everything is fucked. And there goes Venom. Yet anti-venom is fine. A little battle damaged, perhaps, but...
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Fucking voice acting, man.
Give me some room. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I gotta try.
I'm not too sure this should work, you know?
When I first saw this, I was asking myself, how did Harry die to begin with?
Have you noticed as well when Miles does that, he gives Harry third-degree burns like on his chest.
Yeah.
Like that probably seems like a bad idea.
Gotta get to the hospital.
Well, you saw it here first, folks. If someone's dying to cancer, all you need is just to defib them. That's how that works.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just curious, does anti-venom have regen? Because I know Peter doesn't feel energized, otherwise he wouldn't be, like, exhausted after this.
It does have regen, but I guess it's just due to the fact that, coming from the fight, Peter got tired out.
Well, again, it's just, like, I don't think the super anti-venom has regen like this Venom does.
Unironically, I feel like the reason why Norman's pissed is just because like Miles gave him like third-degree burns on his chest.
Harry. Pulse is weak. We gotta move.
What have you done?
But I like how he looks at Peter and not Miles for that.
That's the last person he talked to was Peter, so.
Well, no, if you go to Miles, he calls Miles as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Far From Home is probably the worst Spider-Man film to people in chat. Like, Far From Home's actually fucking shit.
There are traces of brain activity, but his chances of coming back are very slim.
I'd rather take TASM 2 over Far From Home.
Sure.
Just keep him alive.
At least there, the action's good, and at least there's some character moments that are redeemable.
I like how they're just not subtle at all. Like, he's wearing green and purple. The foreshadowing is not very subtle with this one.
The thing I don't like about this Norman is I don't want him to become sympathetic when he's Goblin. Like, I know that he should be sympathetic as Norman, but not as Goblin.
Well, I mean, he's already enraged.
You kind of...
That's not my point. Like, he should be, like, full-blown evil in a sense at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to feel sympathy for this version of Norman.
Like, the only way I see him doing this is if he does save Harry, but he kind of goes insane from it. And...
For the last few years,
I feel no sympathy.
It's almost like a parallel between Peter and May and Norman and Harry.
Yeah.
We battled sickness.
Except one won't let the other go.
Yeah, it's rough. I feel no sympathy for Norman because this is all his fault. Well, yeah, it's like, but his intentions were noble. It's just that he, you know, he did shit things for the right reasons.
Put it like this: he didn't kill a group of younglings for a what if save.
Yeah, because like the fucking, it's like even when looking at Devil's Breath, it's like that was just a failed cure for Harry. It's like pretty much everything that Norman did was trying to cure Harry. Does Norman actually care about Harry? Yeah, of course he fucking does. Are you kidding me?
About it is this isn't like Darth Vader where he legit commits genocide and actual like deaths. Like this is just Norman creating mistake after mistake, not really intending a symbiote invasion or a global pandemic.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't.
Yeah, like at first, like Norman was like in control of everything. Like he was fine. Like Norman had no idea how dangerous Venom was gonna be.
But again, it's a mistake versus an intentional. If Norman intentionally created a global pandemic weapon and intentionally caused a symbiote invasion, then it'd be a problem.
Yeah, it's like manslaughter versus murder, like that kind of thing.
I mean, they're both bad. The difference is...
Yeah, they're both bad, but one's worse than the other.
Ooh, are these good to go?
Yeah, because it's like you can tell that Norman went to Connor's just to see. He's like, what the heck is going on? Can you...
I'll take those.
I mean, compared to Darth Vader.
Aww.
It's obvious that Green Goblin is gonna happen to either Harry or Norman, or worse, he turns his own son into Hobgoblin.
It's not gonna be Harry. It's always been set up to be Norman.
Yeah, I think Norman's gonna become the villain. I don't think it'd make it wouldn't make sense to have Harry be the villain 2 games in a row.
Yeah, because like, first of all, if it's Harry, then we're gonna have TASM 2 again, and I really do not like that.
Especially since I don't think Harry would blame Peter for this, because it's like Harry even said like, yeah, like you've got to kill us, like.
Well, you know what I think would
I don't think he'd be mad at Peter.
But what I think would be fitting is like at the end of Spider-Man 3, Peter does find a cure for Harry, cures Harry, but Harry's still in a coma, and he doesn't wake up till years later when Peter's got his life together.
Yeah, I mean that kind of just repeats Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah. Wait, what if Harry has amnesia, like in Spider-Man 3?
I don't think that'd work.
No. What I mean is that Harry's still alive, but like say that it's after the events of Spider-Man 3. Like Peter cured Harry, but Harry's still in the damn coma, and it's not until like Peter child with MJ does he wake up or something.
Well, the reason why I brought up the amnesia thing is because like it's very clear in that scene, like he didn't know that Peter. Like he just said Peter. He just woke up and he said, "What the Pete?" And after he passed out. So like chances are is that he could have amnesia, so he doesn't know.
Really, Craven is who we should blame here. Probably, yeah. Like, I think Craven was definitely...
I mean, Craven was the catalyst to every event in the game. Sandman, the villains dying, the symbiote...
Peter getting the black suit, like... It's, like, realistic. It's kind of interesting, because it's like, if Harry had the symbiote, but, like, stayed as, like, Agent Venom the entire time, I wonder if the symbiote would have ever affected him.
Nah.
Well, it would have been too weak. The only way that it bonded to Peter is when Harry let it... Like... It bonded to Peter when Peter wasn't otherwise preoccupied, aka can't do shit.
Well, yeah, but it's like it didn't affect Harry at all.
Maybe not now, but
well, it wanted to be with Peter, and Peter kept resisting.
Well, no, but like even before it met Peter, like it didn't like affect Harry at all.
That's because all it knew was happiness. That's because all it knew was just being happy.
He put a violent alien parasite in his son where there were plenty of red flags.
It wasn't violent. It wasn't violent to begin with. Like, here's the thing about it. When the symbiote landed on Earth, it wanted to bond to a host. Connors didn't want to bond and they shot his arm off. But that's not saying the symbiote was violent to begin with.
But
yeah, because they had to force it onto Harry.
But that's like saying that if someone gets bitten in the arm and they're turning into a zombie and I cut their arm off, like, that's a red flag for me. It's like, no, I saved their life. It's like, yeah, they're maimed, but it is what it is.
Well, it's like, I'm just pointing out the symbiote was never violent to begin with. It just wanted to bond to a host.
Yeah. Well,
I think torturing it for years on end is what made it violent.
Pretty interesting credit scenes.
Because here's the thing, because Connors lost his arm, like I'm pretty sure this was like before Peter was Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was. So the symbiote's been there
for a decade.
Yeah, so it's been there.
That's actually a fair point, yeah, because it's like Spider-Man before the PS4 game, he's fought the Lizard, so the symbiote has been on Earth for a long-ass time.
Yeah,
and we
it had to have been on the...
And we even know that's the case, because it's like in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man 1, we see that the symbiote is already like in the process of bonding to Harry.
Yeah, so it's
at least been on Earth for a decade. So
it's been on Earth for a long-ass time.
So it's like, imagine all that time it's been in a containment cell and tortured.
Yeah.
Shorter stream than usual. I mean, who says it's going to end? Is it a Sonyverse thing? Awesome. Riff, what are your favourite characters to power scale? Probably Spider-Man and Sonic, to be fair.
One thing I would recommend, Rift, is go to the EMF stuff. Like, if you haven't done it already, do it all.
We all know Miles isn't going to wear that suit for the next game. I will mod that shit out of the game.
One way or another. If he wears that suit in a third game, I'm going to be like, okay, let me go ahead and swap. Please transfer my suits over. I don't want to see this.
In terms of what I think about the game, there's definitely issues with the plot. That much is certain.
Wait, what certain parts?
Well, it's like there's times where I just don't think the main story does a good job at balancing the two heroes. So like there's parts of the fucking hell, MJ. There's parts where like you'll just randomly do a mission with Harry. It feels like certain missions in the main story build up side missions. Like, that's the only reason they're there. So, like, for example, when you play as Miles, and it's like, oh, the art was stolen from the gallery, the only reason that's in the main story is just to set up side missions. It's like, it offers nothing to the main plot. It's like, the same thing can happen with others as well. But, I think the main issue with it is there's a lot of times where it feels like the plot is built around Peter, and it feels like Miles is just forgotten. Like, for example, like, Peter and Miles... Like, Peter gets the black suit, and him and Miles don't share another scene until they chase the Lizard. Like, it just feels like the entire story was based around, like, Peter, and they kind of forgot Miles. It's like, they definitely could have done a better job with balancing the two heroes.
Well, what makes it worse is that they cut out a lot of stuff from the game that if it was added, would have added a lot, like, balanced the two heroes out. Like, just imagine just missions with Peter, Miles, and Agent Venom.
Yeah, it's there's definitely issues with the plot. The gameplay, I really enjoyed, like the combat and everything. It's just, performance issues that I don't really like. But then again, you could chalk that up to the game being a week old. Maybe in a few weeks, maybe a few months, those issues won't be a thing anymore, because they'll be patched out. I don't know.
What about the Venom? Because like I already told you about this. Like, there's a huge Venom issue.
What do you mean by a huge Venom issue?
It's because of the fact that we don't see any more of him. It's the problem. Like,
again,
we don't see
it's like
anything until the third act.
It's the case where they cut stuff out. Apparently, like there was going to be a lot more stuff with Venom. You remember with the graveyard and playing Venom?
Yeah, it's
like,
definitely
out of the game.
Yeah, it kind of suffers from TASM 1, where it's like they cut like way too much content and it makes the game suffer as a whole. It's not great, but it's like, I definitely see what people mean when they say that the plot is the worst aspect of this game. The overall gameplay I enjoy. Again, like once we patch out the fucking frame issues and a couple of crashes, like the game crashed during the part where I was playing as Venom.
Aces fighting Venom.
Yeah, there was definitely a few issues that I'd recommend that I hope they patch out. Overall, if you were to buy the game, I'd be very careful. Just because there's definitely some issues.
But here's the thing, Rift. There's one thing I want to recommend for the third game. Have it so that there's no more anti-suit. There's no anti-Ock. There's no anti-Venom. It's just Peter in the advanced suit versus Goblin.
I don't really care either way. I like the fact that there's new ones.
Well, it's just like I think you take away from the advanced suit when Peter has to like put on another suit just to take on a villain when he should just do things like with the advanced suit.
I like the fact that he has the symbiote abilities.
The Spider-Men. You know who they are, don't you?
Why?
They ruined my son.
Good. We all have to experience loss. Even you, Norman.
I like how Otto just doesn't recall the fact that he lost his wife.
Right.
I think he's just so focused on revenge.
The final chapter.
Yeah, it's like... hey, we got swing. So it's like, I don't understand how people say that, like, Otto and Goblin are going to team up. Like, I definitely don't see that happening.
At best, they're going to compete on who... Like, imagine just Otto fighting Miles and Peter fighting Norman.
No, I don't think that'd work. Otto has no connections to Miles at all. They both would 100% focus on Peter.
No, what I mean is, like, they both villains want to take on both Spider-Man, but both Spider-Man have to pick and choose who to fight. Like, they tag team. Like, imagine a boss fight of fighting Norman and Goblin at the same time, but they're both competing on who to beat who.
See, like, this is another reason why I'm so nervous for Spider-Man 3, because it's like, if you set both of these characters up as the main villains, it's like, how the hell are you going to balance Miles? Because it's like, both these characters have no interest in Miles at all. It's like, Miles is just an obstacle in their way. Like, they have no connection to him at all.
Well, Norman does, but
Norman doesn't.
Miles...
The best that Norman has to Miles is the fact that he celebrated his father's like ceremony and he was there at his funeral, and that he called Spider-Man.
It's like not even that. It's like he doesn't know that Miles is Spider-Man. It's like the only thing that Miles is to Norman is guilty by association. It's like he worked with Peter, therefore he's evil. It's like his rage is based around Peter.
Well, the thing is, though, like, with Norman, Norman made the spider, so, like, there's a chance, or made the spider that bit Miles, so, like...
But it's like no one would know about that. It's like Norman would have no idea that that spider bit Miles, Miles would have no idea, MJ would have no idea. Like, literally no one knew that the spider that bit Miles came from Oscorp.
But the thing is, though, that could play, like, a huge plot point, though.
Well, if it plays a plot point, that would be the biggest plot hole in the entire film, in the entire thing, because, like, no one knew.
Well, it's just like, I'm thinking, will Norman have, like, Spider-Man soldiers in the third game? Because they set up the spiders in the PS4 game.
I don't think he would have soldiers. I think that would be very weird, because it's like he hates the Spider-Man.
Well, no, it's just like he has the spiders to begin with. Why doesn't he use them?
Well, I don't think he would risk having, like, a bunch more Spider-Men in the city.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
like...
Blood Spider. I mean, he's the one that made Blood Spider.
Because, like, in the comic, yeah, he did make Blood Spider. He was trying to replicate it. He was trying to replicate Peter's powers. He ended up making Blood Spider to fight Peter.
Well, again, it's like, didn't Peter eventually beat Blood Spider?
I mean, yeah, but it's weird because Blood Spider, quote-unquote, wanted to see who was better between the two, and it's like Peter still won in the end.
Well, that's the thing. If he was gonna do that, I feel like he would have done it by now, but he didn't. He instead went to Otto.
Well, what's implied is that the spider that bit Miles was supposed to be an improved version of the one that Blood Spider was bit by.
Yeah, so, like, he would know. Wait, so if that's the case, then, like, Norman would know. Because, like, here's the thing, like, I know here's the thing. With the whole entire plot point with Miles being, like, an obstacle or, like, a loose end, it's one of those things to where, at least for me personally, like, whenever, like, I was excited for the game, it's more or less that Miles is a wild card, kind of be, like, have him be unpredictable and have him, like, catch them off guard, because like it seems like that could be what they're doing. Because like a wild card can do a whole bunch of stuff. That's the reason why like I would prefer Miles in 3 to be a wild card.
I don't think they're gonna do that. I feel like if anyone's gonna be a wild card, it would be Silk, but we don't even know if she's gonna be Silk.
I know this is gonna be a hot take, but I hope, like, say if they made it like a standalone game for the Spider-Man, like before Spider-Man 3, it would just focus on Miles and Silk, and then just have the third game to be based around Peter, with the others just being side characters.
Again, I just don't see them doing that, since technically they already did that in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Who's Blood Spider? He's like a Spider-Man that Insomniac Peter fought in the comics.
Yeah, it's like a Spider-Man who doesn't hold back, who is basically just a criminal. Like, he has everything about Peter except, like, the morals, the intelligence, the skill.
Yeah. But, like, I would say, like, another thing that they could do
Insomniac
is
themselves
kind of,
said Miles is the main Spider-Man going forward, so I doubt Peter is going to be in Spider-Man 3. If Peter isn't in Spider-Man 3, then the game has no chance at succeeding, because the entire
Peter's
plot is based around Peter. So it's like, if Peter isn't in Spider-Man 3, they may as well not bother making the fucking game.
Yeah, because, like, Peter's gonna be in the game. It's just at the moment that people found out that Miles was gonna be the main Spider-Man going forward, it's just like people started panicking, and I'm like, Peter's still alive. They're not doing the death of Peter Parker. If they do, then please do it in the right way.
Yeah, it's like, it is what it is. But it's like, I just don't think retiring Peter would make much sense. 'Cause it's like...
Well, I mean, I can see why. It's just for the fact that, like...
I like how Riff was shitting on No Way Home in all of these streams. I mean, yeah, No Way Home is... It character assassinates literally everyone. Like, I don't really know what to tell you. Like... Far From Home and No Way Home have terrible writing. Like
I would say...
I would argue that both of those films have worse writing than TASM 2.
Yeah.
Also, guys, do you want to know my biggest hot take? You know Nicholas Hammond's Spider-Man? He's more comic accurate than Tom Holland. The live-action Spider-Man that everyone hates and everyone forgets, I think he's better than Tom Holland. It is what it is.
Peter will either switch minds with Doc. They can't do that. The suit's already in the game.
No, they're definitely not doing a superior Spider-Man that would character assassinate Doc Ock.
Whatever they do, they better think about it quick, because, like, the only way they do this is the writing's airtight. But we just
I feel like honestly they've kind of shot themselves in the foot by saying that Miles is going to be the main Spider-Man, because it's like Spider-Man 3 is set up to be exclusively about Peter. It's like Otto has no connections to Miles at all. He has all the connections to Peter. It's like Norman didn't have any interactions with Miles in this game. It was only Peter. It's like
what I think is no, but I'll let you speak after this. But essentially, what I think they're saying is that Peter is kind of like done being Spider-Man main time, and Miles will be the main Spider-Man. But that's not saying Peter's retired. It's more the fact that until like the big threats happen, Miles is the one doing the crime fighting.
Well, it's like I think that would just be I feel like making Miles the main Spider-Man would just be a terrible from like not only a narrative standpoint, but also just like a writing and basically every standpoint. Especially like a marketing one, because it's like people just prefer playing as Peter.
Yeah, I can see that, but I would like to go back to the Ock thing real quick.
Like, it's like saying that Batman has Nightwing in the second game, and then suddenly says Nightwing is the main crime fighter of Gotham City now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the main reason why Gotham Knights wasn't as popular as the Arkham games, because it's like people like playing as Batman. They don't really give a fuck about the Bat family. Well, they do. Well, it's like, if they care about the Bat family, it's like playing alongside them with Batman, or like seeing their interactions with Batman.
Yeah. I would like to circle back to the Ock and Miles thing real quick. It can be like No Way Home, to where like it could be a similar plot to No Way Home, considering that
Far From Home is nowhere near as bad as Madam Web. Far From Home did more damage to the MCU than Madam Web did.
Yeah.
Madam Web can be forgotten.
It's like Far From Home blatantly. Not only does Far From Home character assassinate Iron Man, but it also ruins Endgame. It also character assassinates Shield. It assassinates Peter.
It also
Mysterio's one of the worst villains in the MCU. It's like there's literally nothing about Far From Home that works.
It also character assassinates Jarvis, even though it's an AI, but like it character assassinates that too.
Phoenix, Jarvis isn't in the movie.
Jarvis hasn't been a thing since Age of Ultron. What are you on about?
Okay, well, yeah, my bad. It actually character assassinates Tony. But for the Miles, but I would like to rotate back real quick to the Miles and Og thing. It can play off like No Way Home.
3 of the main villains that only Peter has met. And, yeah, exactly. Like, that's my point. It's like if Carnage, Doc Ock, and Green Goblin are in Spider-Man 3, it's like, the fuck is Miles gonna do?
Well, I think it's a really cool parallel what they could do with Miles and Og.
The thing about it is that all the villains are set up to be Peter villains, but it's like Miles is pretty much going to be... Like, I feel like if he gets in a fight with Carnage, Goblin, or even Otto, like, even Otto from the PS4 game, I'm questioning if Miles can even beat.
Yeah, of course he could.
Yes, he can.
Well,
of course he could.
No, what I mean by that is that Otto would plan ahead and actually make like something to counter Miles. Like, he wouldn't just go in blazing.
It's like if Miles can...
Like, in a fight, yeah, but I'm talking about, like, just in general.
Well, the thing is like, here's what I can see the Og versus Miles fight going on. If they do that, let's say, Og, like, okay, Batman Beyond, right? It could be a similar situation where Terry met Joker.
Well, no.
Use his own advantages against that.
What I'm trying to say is Otto would do something to circumvent Miles.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the main thing. It's kind of like, well, honestly, I can see where you're coming from, but like, let's say like Og sees Miles and figures out that he honestly thinks that Miles is pretty much like Peter.
Well, again, like, the only thing that Miles has in common with Peter is powers, and even then, like, I feel like you're desperately clutching at strings. Like, Miles has no connections to any of the 3 main villains in Spider-Man 3. Like, literally like, Otto and Miles have not shared a scene. Otto's motivations has nothing to do with Miles. It has, like, it's to do with Norman and, I guess, Peter.
I mean, again, they said that all of it connects back to Norman.
Yeah, I know, and none of it connects to Miles, like, so that's the point.
It's about a personal connection, not a metaphorical connection.
Yeah, it all connects back to Norman, but, like, Norman connects to Peter, and the problem is that they're promoting Miles as the main Spider-Man, so it just wouldn't make sense. So it's like, I honestly think Spider-Man 3 is doomed to fail if that's the case.
The only way they can fix it is if they course correct, or if they do something like unless Spider-Man 3 is like the biggest project they've ever done, that's the only way this will work.
I mean, they could give some flashbacks, because like there are flashbacks where I think Og said he worked for Norman at some point.
Bringing up flashbacks is a poor way to set up.
Well, again, doing flashbacks is something you need to be very careful when doing, because you can accidentally fuck over the writing in previous games.
Well, what's even worse is that when you bring in flashbacks at like the last stage, then you're kind of like bringing everything back into context. This isn't like Professor Snape, where just because you see his flashbacks, it changes everything. It puts into more context, but it shouldn't change what you should already know about him.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, it's like, I hate to be like really negative, but it's like I just have no faith in Spider-Man 3. I feel like the way that they've kind of set it up and the things that they've said in like interviews, I just don't think it's gonna work in the slightest.
I don't know, because
I have a sliver of hope, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's founded. It's just a matter of they better make this work, and if they do, then they do. If they don't, then they don't.
Because I just don't see any way for them to succeed, given the route that they've chosen.
I mean, the thing is, though, is like, here's the thing. I want to see new stories. No offense, and no offense to anybody whenever I say this. I don't want to see the same thing. I want to see creative stories.
It's like you're not going to see the same thing.
Do that. Well, you can do that. Everything that they've done is different. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be one-to-one.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like, because here's the thing. I think it's very good how they have.
What I'm trying to say is that is that you saying doesn't change the fact that they can't do things in a way that makes it all coherent at the end, because they got a lot of plot points they have to tackle, and they probably can't tackle it all.
The only thing I see Miles having a personal connection to Green Goblin in Spider-Man 3 is if Norman kills Haley. Well, it's like, the issue...
that wouldn't work either.
But it's like, the issue with that is that obviously that would be a step in the right direction, but like, you'd have to ask, why would Norman kill Haley? It's like, the reason he went to Otto is to find out Peter's identity, but Otto doesn't know Miles' identity. So it's like, how would Norman even find out Miles' identity?
Well, you have to know that he was the mayor, so like he has connections to Rio just because of that.
So here's something that I feel like is hinted at, is that Norman's going to target MJ.
Phoenix, that's a dog shit argument, and I can't believe you even just said that.
Well, just imagine Norman targets MJ, and it's like, that's what drives Peter over the edge. Like, just imagine Norman having MJ on the bridge and everything, like Gwen Stacy, and you're not sure if she's going to survive it.
But it's like, the thing is well with Norman is that he has so many connections to everyone. It's like, where do you start? And it's like, how... I just don't... I don't get it. I feel like... I just can't think of a way for it to work.
Like, for example, we're not going to see Mr. Negative again, because I think they wrapped up his story perfectly fine.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's like, the only thing I can think of is maybe he goes to Negative, and he's like, and he tries, like, forcing... But I don't think Lee would, because Lee also hates Otto. It's like, no, Lee also hates Norman,
Lee doesn't have powers anymore.
Yeah, Lee doesn't have powers anymore. The only thing that he knows is that Miles and Peter are both Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, but like the same thing can be said for Otto. It's like he doesn't have his powers, and he basically told Norman to go fuck himself. So it's like I see Lee doing exactly the same.
Yeah, because like he said that
there'd be no point going after Lee if he's powerless.
Well, no, he would go to Lee to try find out who Spider-Man is. Because like he would be aware.
How would he know that?
Because he'd be aware that Miles was pursuing Norman throughout this game, so he'd be like, okay, why was he pursuing you? Do you know something I don't? That kind of thing.
Well, no. For all Norman knows, based on the news, is that Miles was going after Lee and after Craven, and that Peter and him stopped and saved civilians. That's the only thing to know. Like,
but it's like I feel like there would be because obviously we live in a world where there's like a shit ton of technology. It's like I feel like people might not be aware of the situation with Miles and Lee, but it's like people would have taken photos of like symbiote Peter interacting with Lee on top of like near the Feast Center, and they'd also take photos of like Anti-Venom and Miles interacting with Lee as well. It's like I feel like Norman would go after Lee because of that. Especially if he's desperate and going insane. It's like I think he would do that.
Yeah. Well, I just don't it's intelligent that because seeing two photos of Miles and Peter looking at Lee from out of context, that doesn't tell Norman anything. Like, just because, even if he's desperate, that would just be circumstantial to like saying meeting Scorpion for the like saying, oh, Miles and Peter both interacted with Scorpion, therefore he must know who he is.
Well,
like, no,
my response to that is, why did he go to Otto asking with the belief that he knew who Spider-Man was based on no evidence at all?
Yeah, I would also like to point out too, another thing that could be said is we don't know if there's security cameras.
Well, to counter that, why would Norman go to Otto in the first place, knowing that he wouldn't tell him anything?
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't know. He wouldn't tell him anything. He could have created like a Venom in Spider-Man 3, where he's like, yeah, we both want him dead. But he didn't.
Well, the main reason I would think he would go after Otto over Lee is just simply based on the fact he knows Otto is more intelligent and capable of piecing things together more than Lee could. Because not even Lee pieced together that.
But regardless, my point is, like, he went to Otto with the idea that Otto knows who Spider-Man is based on no proof whatsoever. So, like, if he has, like, a little bit of proof that, like, the Spider-Men have interacted with Lee, it's like, I feel like he would go visit Lee because of that.
There is a way that Norman would know, and it's during the final battle of the PS4 game. The Chopper was seeing the whole battle take place, and while Peter had his mask ripped off, like, Otto would have got a clear image of his face.
Yeah, if that was the case, then Otto... if that was the case, Norman wouldn't have needed to go to Otto in the first place, because he would have seen Peter's face as well.
Well, no.
It's because Norman walked back into. It's because Norman walked back. He doesn't know
the actual face of the person in the mask. Still, like it's just like a partial face. So I'm trying to say is like Otto would actually see the full face.
Well, again, the issue with that is like there's like 6 million people in New York, and that's under the assumption that Spider-Man came from New York. It's like so Otto has seen a random guy under the mask, and Norman immediately thinks he knows who Spider-Man is. So I don't think that would work.
Well, I mean, Otto knows that Peter has a connection with Norman.
And it's like, he wouldn't even be able to give a description. It's like, oh, do you know what Spider-Man looks like? Oh yeah, he's a Caucasian guy with brown hair. It's like, okay, so you've narrowed it down to 1 in a million? It's like... it just doesn't make sense. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Well, I mean, you can make an argument for... You can make an argument because Ock knows that Peter has a relationship with Norman. Just due to what's happened in the past.
You know the chameleon? He's also interested in Peter, not Miles.
Yeah, like, that's kind of the issue with this entire thing. It's like, they're building it all up to be about Peter, but then there's, like, some things where it's like, how the hell is it gonna work? But also, it's like, they're kind of pushing Miles to be the main Spider-Man, so it's like, I honestly don't see what they're gonna do. Like,
the way this can work is if Miles becomes like Nightwing, where he becomes more like a side character as time goes on.
Well, you can't make Miles Nightwing.
Well, it's just like, yeah, he should be like Nightwing to Batman. Like, imagine a film about Batman and Nightwing where it's mainly about Batman, but Nightwing's in the background. That's the only way this works.
It's like you can't make him Nightwing because for that to work, you would have to jump leaps and bounds for that. Like you would have to make side quests for that. You can't make a side quest for that.
Well, no, it's like if you had like Batman get his back broken and Nightwing has to take over or something. But it's like, yeah, he's in there, but he's not as good as Bruce.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man 3 is definitely going to be interesting.
I mean, the only way, like, I could you could.
The only thing that I can think of is the idea that Peter would actually kill Norman, and he would like retire because of that. But it's like,
I mean, it will make sense for him to break the.
Oh no! I think that how it should work is that the game ends. Peter's still Spider-Man. Miles deals with the crime in New York City, but Peter like deals with like, say, the Avengers need help. They ask for Peter because he's one of the smartest people on the planet and a superhero.
Yeah. But then again, though, like, I could say, like, here's my thing, like, it can work, but with I would like to rotate back to the wild card argument real quick. It's just for the fact that, like, with wild cards, it's mainly for the fact that he's unpredictable, which is the main thing. Like,
the only way they can
believe it or not, like, you could do unpredictability in a story.
Who are we talking about?
The Miles wild card. I circled back.
Why would Miles be a wild card?
I mean, it's very clear that Venom, it's very, like, for example, like, it's very clear that the symbiote in this game was aware of Miles, but, like, didn't know how.
Miles is a wild card. Miles is there to help Peter. Like, he's a wild card in the sense that if he, like, no one accounted for him doing anything.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like a wild card would be someone like Hulk, or like Wolverine, maybe. Like, I don't see Miles fitting that description.
I mean, well, Insom Miles fits.
No, it doesn't.
But it's like, Insom Miles works perfectly with Peter. It's like...
Well, I mean, it's the unpredictability, though, like...
But like, how is he unpredictable?
Well, it's been... Well, like, the way that I looked at it was that Venom had no idea, or at least the symbiote had no idea how capable Miles was.
No.
It's just for the fact that he kept messing with his plan.
The symbiote assimilates your memories.
Well, the symbiote also doesn't care about Miles. Like, it wants Peter.
Like, it would know how strong Miles is by
take care, Overlord. Take care.
Yeah.
Like, the symbiote should know just as much about Miles as Peter does. Or Harry, or anyone it bonds to.
Because I'd also point out as well, it's like, the only argument for, like, unpredictability is Miles developing new abilities, but you could say the exact same thing for Peter with the symbiote stuff.
Yeah. I mean...
Well, even then, you know what's funny is that Peter wasn't going to reveal Venom until, like, his boss fight with Venom. So it's like, he would have had it, but he didn't reveal it until, like, the second phase.
Congrats beating the game, Rift.
There's a lot...
thank you for the donation, Banco, it means a lot.
I don't know, there's a lot that they could do. My only thing is, like
No, now I'm just gonna stop it here by saying the only way they can fix this is if they make a game before Spider-Man 3 that clears up most of this stuff. Like they bring in Carnage, they bring in Chameleon, they bring up Silk, and then they set all that up for the third game. That's the only way this works.
Well, I mean, for that to work, a lot of people have been saying that they would have to make a Miles Morales 2.
Well, no, they just have to make a second game, whether it be a multiplayer game, whether it just be about Spider-Man, Silk, Miles, or even a Venom solo game. Like, regardless of what they do, they need to make a game before Spider-Man 3 for any of this to work.
Well, it's like even if they did, what would it achieve?
Set up, like clearing out some of the rogues gallery, like Carnage, Chameleon, like setting up stuff for this third game properly.
But it's like, what would really be?
Game, and I wouldn't want that. The Venom game makes no sense.
Well, it's like, I don't really see how that would work. So it's like, it doesn't change, like, the issues that, that Insomniac have made for themselves.
Well, no, it's just like, it clears up some of the plot lines they've set up, so that if they need to, like, they can just get rid of those out of the way without having to worry about cramming it all into the third game.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna
actually, another thing too is, like, considering that they do make
like Carnage
comics,
be like a level threat. Like, that's how dangerous Carnage is. It's just like him being there should be like a slaughtering like anyone he comes across. Like, that's how dangerous. And then at worst, he like takes over all New York like Venom did.
But it's like,
also like, go ahead.
Well, it's like, so let me ask. So let's say for the sake of argument, they make a Miles Morales 2. What threads are they going to address?
They'll probably more than likely address Carnage.
Why would they address Carnage?
Miles has fought Carnage in the comics.
Okay, he's not fought him in Insomniac.
I know, that's the thing, is that...
Well, here's the thing. They should have Peter be within the game. Like, they should have all the three, all Spider-Men in the game for this to even work, because Carnage is not someone that a single Spider-Man can beat by themselves.
But it's like, at that point, why bother making a Miles Morales game?
It's like, that's
Miles Morales, it should just be a game that's called Spider-Man. Like, what if it was like a multiplayer game where you can play as Peter, Miles, and maybe Silk at the end of it?
But it's like, what? But it's like, well, at that point, I would be like, what's the point in Spider-Man 3? Because, like, if you have a co-op game where you can play as all three, and then in Spider-Man 3 you can't, it's like, that would just make Spider-Man 3 worse.
Yeah,
well,
maybe
had all that up for Spider-Man 3, but Spider-Man 3 is more refined. It's an overall better version of the game.
But it's like, that's kind of the whole point where I'm going with this is like, what established plot points would you like? It would feel like the overall plot is just put on pause just so we can get another Miles Morales game.
Yeah, because like that's the main issue.
Because it's like you can't do anything with Green Goblin and Miles because Norman has no interest in Miles. You can't do anything with Doc Ock and Miles because he's focused on Norman and Peter. And you can't do anything with Carnage because Carnage, like, let's be honest, the only one who can stop Carnage is Anti-Venom. So it's like, and you can't really do Chameleon either because like Chameleon's focused on Peter as well. So it's like, what the fuck can they do?
Well, I mean, you could do interesting
that they have Carnage and Norman Carnage and Norman like interact at some point. Like, the only way this works is if Norman and Carnage are both working in unison, but Norman isn't Goblin yet.
I don't see that working.
Would work. I think that's just weird. Now, here's like, you could make a because here's the thing, like the way that I think they fell off towards the end of the game was literally having Silk in the game. I think that's where they messed up very bad because she should have been set up in the game originally. Like she should have been set up in the game already.
But it's like the only
about that cutscene.
Well, it's like the only thing that I think would make sense because I think Tony brought this up in the chat. The only thing that would make sense, and even then I don't agree with it, is the idea of making like a Silk spin-off. But either way, it would still have the same issues of like, okay, like Peter and Miles are just like forgotten and the main story threads are just put on hold. It's like,
yeah. Like, the only way that I could see... Wow. Am I lagging?
No, you good.
I think that is true. But that's going to be very interesting. Because, like, they have... I don't know. Because, like, that's the only issue that I have with this game. Aside from the third act, is literally just Silk being in the game. But I would also like to point out... as well, it's kind of like... I don't know, honestly. Like, they could do something, because, like, I want them to take from Superior so bad. The reason is because I want Goblin. Like a lot of people will probably say this is wrong, but even I think that this is right. I think it's very interesting to have either. I think it's very cool because it did happen in the comics. Hook got blindsided and caught off guard by Goblin. So I think that would be very cool if Miles is just chilling, swinging around the city, and he gets caught off guard by Goblin and he gets beaten. If that makes any sense. I think that would work.
It's like the issue with that is that it would contradict their like the idea of Miles being the main Spider-Man if Miles has to be basically taken out the plot just so Peter can fight Goblin.
No, I'm talking about like the first. I'm talking about like.
Well, the thing that makes it work is the fact that Peter should be the one to like fight Goblin, Otto, and Carnage. It's like Miles can't. I don't see Miles beating Goblin, and I don't see Miles beating Carnage. The only one I see him beating is Otto, and even then, Otto has no connection to Miles.
It's like because the issue with them is that it's like whether you think Miles can beat them is kind of like one thing, but it's like
that's kind of like out of the picture. Right?
I feel like the only reason Miles would fight them is just because they're a bad guy and he's the hero. It's like he doesn't have any personal connections to them. It's like at best he would recognize Norman as the guy who created. No, he'd recognize Otto as from the fucking Devil's Breath incident, and he would maybe recognize Goblin because like of Norman, but like. That still leaves Carnage. It's like, and either way, it's like they're all focused on Peter. The only one who isn't focused on Peter is, I guess, Carnage. But like the parallel between Peter and Cassidy is there because they both have symbiotes.
Right. I mean, the best way that I kind of can look at it. The only reason why is if you really look at wait, Ace, wait. This is actually a really good point because like I even went over this. They could do something, because like if you really look at it realistically, Ock is pretty much Jason Todd from Batman Arkham Knight.
No, he's not.
What the fuck? Give me whatever you're smoking.
You're not understanding. You're not understanding my parallel. You're not understanding my parallel. Okay.
Well, that's not a parallel.
Wait. Just think about this for a second.
No, you've actually convinced me. I think Aunt May is like Thanos. Yeah, you've convinced me.
Wait. Hear me out on this. Think about it. Ock made some of Peter's tech.
He made him like some tech. He didn't make him his current tech.
Yeah, and also Peter literally mentioned Ock's research, helping him with the iron arms, right?
Okay, but it was also Peter's research that helped Ock create the arms. So
yeah, but Ock hates it when people steal his work. That's the reason why I'm saying that he's the Jason Todd.
But it's like Peter didn't steal his work.
And the reason why I'm saying Goblin is technically Scarecrow.
Copycat Batman.
Well, it's like the issue with that is that still doesn't tie him to Miles because Miles doesn't have the spider arms. It's like Miles's tech is based off of Tinkerer at best.
I mean, I know it.
Like no, but Phoenix, just to help your point a little bit, but to stop you from going down this line of logic. You can just simply say that in the pursuit of trying to stop Otto does figure out Miles' family, and he goes after Miles' family in an attempt to try to like get him to back off.
Yeah,
he makes
like
it,
at most.
That's the only way this works.
Or at most, the only thing that I could see is probably Goblin kidnapping every single person close to him or something like that. I think could.
What makes it worse with Goblin is Goblin should be like the ultimate nemesis for Peter. It's like, in a sense, Goblin is the one person Peter wants to kill, but he's like a Joker or just like the Lex. He's just Spider-Man's nemesis. You can't really go beyond just that. He's the one person Peter has to either go all out or want to kill to even beat because he's just that vicious.
Yeah, that's kind of like the main thing. It's kind of like I don't know how they're gonna do it because it's one of those things to where like that's the reason why like I bring up the Scarecrow and Jason comparison.
Is if they have Spider-Man 3 focus on a certain group of villains, but then have the other villains not necessarily be a part of a Spider-Man game, but like a I don't know what it is, but it's like Spider-Man 3 should be the end of the story, but if they want to continue in some Spider-Man's journey, they can. I just don't know how.
What's your Blue Hog Sonic? What's your biggest Spider-Man hot take? Well, I know what mine are. One, Nicholas Hammond is more comic accurate than Tom Holland, and No Way Home and Far From Home have dog shit writing.
Yeah. Wait, Ace, I'd also like to bring up like another plot point, or at least not another plot point, but it's they could make Doc Ock the master planner. They could pull that.
No. Otto can't. Like, Otto at best right now is either someone who wants revenge on Peter, or someone who, like I said, the Superior Spider-Man arc is the only other arc I could see doing, but I don't want them doing that either. I'm just saying it can work. But even then, it's just like, I agree with Riff where it kind of would be character assassination, unless you just make the explanation that Otto just needs a different body because of his neurological disease, but that's the only way.
But it's like, I just don't like the idea of giving Otto another body, because, again, that would just defeat his entire point in the first Spider-Man game.
Like, if he can make a body, why did he go on a murderous rampage?
Well, no, not that. Like, the idea that he was, like, his initial motivations was, like, replacing lost limbs for the human body. But then after that, he was like, yeah, why would you want to be human at all when we can just, like, upgrade humans? So it's like giving Otto going out of his way to get another human body would just, like, I don't think it would make sense for him.
What would make sense is if he made like a robotic body that was like armored and basically like Iron Man-esque. That's the only way I can see it working.
Yeah, like making him like a cyborg, I guess. Kind of like Hammerhead, like with the Project Olympus. Like, that's the only thing that would make sense for him.
And just make it so that he wants it so that Peter suffers, but in a way where it's like it tarnishes his reputation. Just like Norman.
Hot take, Morbius is worse than Madam Web. Oh, Jesus.
Just have sex. That scene alone.
3 words. It's Morbin time.
Some guy in Harlem. Probably seen him volunteering in the city.
You know what I hate about Madam Web is the fact that they themselves try to do too much shit, yet they did absolutely nothing with the shit.
Oh, have you listened to the song for Madam Web? They literally ripped it from PS4.
Well, they ripped off the Obi scene, too, like when he's going in the air in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. I don't know, there's like a lot that they could do for 3. It's just...
You know what would have been interesting is if they just kept the original plot of just, like, the idea that, like, not necessarily the girls, but the idea that the person was going back in time to kill Spider-Man. That would have been more interesting than what they did.
That would have been way more interesting, yeah. Because, like, I fixed their plot. I literally said, just have Wolf Spider.
Well, no, just have someone from the future just come back to, like, kill, like, Spider-Man before he's born or something.
Yeah.
But even then, I hate time travel and storytelling. You know why? Because it makes you question if the choices were even, if they even matter. The only way I accept time travel at all is if everyone somehow remembers the future.
It's Morbin time is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I know, but it's iconic.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but it's just like time travel should never really be used because it's the same problem with multiverse stuff. It's like you make at this point you're making up rules and it doesn't make sense in the overall scheme of things.
Oh, and this is my daughter.
Like, you know how many multiverse stories have different rules and it's like they're not all consistent? It's the same thing with time travel. It's like at some point you got to draw the line.
Yeah. Maybe villains have nothing to do with one of the main protagonists.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's kind of the issue I have with Spider-Man 3. Hey, you know how the game makes us play as Miles? Yeah, I have one thing to say to that idea. First of all, let's get rid of this shite. There we go.
But you know what it would have been interesting is if Miles was set up in the second game and then in the third game, but you know it doesn't work. Huh.
Yeah, hey Peter, you should retire. Let me be Spider-Man for a while. Just instantly swaps back to Peter.
Well, it's just like imagine him just seeing Carnage, seeing Goblin, and he's like Otto, he's like, okay, you deal with this. I can't deal with this.
Yeah, joke's on you. I'm not retiring at all.
Well, no, it's just like Miles sees the threat and he's like, I quit.
It doesn't really make sense that the symbiote nests are still there. Technically, they shouldn't be there anymore.
But like, I really do think that it depends on like.
Peter deals with them in base, like half of them, and then he deals with the other half in anti-venom.
Yeah.
It's brain rot and it's not even that funny. Oh wow, you just described Madam Web.
Wait, I just thought of something. I just thought about this. Norman knows every single borough in the city. So chances are is that he's heard rumblings of there being a Spider-Man in Brooklyn.
Again, that doesn't matter.
Well,
in Harlem.
I mean, Miles and Peter patrol the entire city, so it's like I don't know how that would help.
Yeah, but here's the thing though: most of their sightings are really in Queens or half the city in Brooklyn.
And like, you know, the people in Harlem, like, people know that they know who Spider-Man is because they're like, "Did you see his face?" And they didn't even answer the question.
They didn't even mention it, but they know.
But it's like I'd also say that that's like a comics thing where it's like Peter's in Queens, Miles is in Brooklyn. It's like in Insomniac, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
And Insomniac, they both just patrol the whole city.
Yeah, but yeah, they do patrol the whole entire city. But like, technically, if we're looking at it like story-wise, Miles is a Spider-Man for Harlem.
Like the only
other way, it's like the only reason he's the symbiote, the only reason he's the Spider-Man from Harlem is because he saved Harlem, and he lived in Harlem. It's
like here's the thing, Riff. The only way I see Spider-Man 3 being saved is that they pull a Witcher 3, where the game is like 40 hours long and it has DLC that are basically just games on their own. That's the only way I see them doing it.
Yeah.
Like, if you play Witcher 3, you'll know what I'm talking about, but that's the only way they're saving Spider-Man 3 if it's like the biggest project they had.
I mean, I'm just worried about Goblin's screen time. That's my main issue.
Well, I'm not worried about that
if
it's like that, because Goblin would have enough screen time in that scenario where the base game is 40 hours long and then the other DLC adds another 20 hours each.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that I would want is, the thing that I would want from Spider-Man 3 is for Norman to become the Goblin, like, straight away, but for, like, the insanity to progress throughout the game.
Yeah,
but what I want is that Goblin to go more evil as time goes on. Because the thing about Norman is that Norman should be, like, the main of all evil. Like, this is the same guy in the comics that would, like, I know it's not canon anymore, but would sleep with Gwen Stacy and then kill her in front of Spider-Man.
I'm actually such an idiot, I didn't realize there was two things for me to defend. There's an invisible symbiote.
But I guess, like, I mean, there's another way that they could do it, because, like, they're fine taking from TASM, or at least they've been fine doing it so far. I would love to see them, I would at least love to see Ogg find out that Norman has been experimenting, trying to figure out a way to replicate Peter's abilities.
This isn't good.
And then, like,
this
halfway
isn't good.
through he flops.
Like, what I just really want right now is, like, from Spider-Man 3, is just Peter getting his happy ending. That's really all I care about at this point.
Oh
like,
yeah, everybody's been saying that.
Come on,
well,
6 seconds.
Like,
Come on!
it's like, for me, at the very least, I want this Peter to, like, show that, say,
nailed it.
He's at his strongest. He can beat Kraven. He, like, after Spider-Man 2, even without Anti-Venom, he could possibly beat Base Venom. And if Miles ever went evil, he could possibly beat him. That's just another thing. But by the end, he's just, like, he's chilling with MJ as a kid, and the EMF is successful, and he's, like, with the Avengers, with the Fantastic Four, all that. Like, if they have, like, an Uncharted 4 type ending, where it does his time skip in the future, his daughter's, like, in 15 years.
Oh yeah, you want the Uncharted 4 ending, yeah, I see what you're talking about, yeah, I see. I know what you're talking about.
But I basically just want that for Peter, and it's like, if they end with that, I think that'll be enough for me.
Yeah.
But it's like, if they don't do that, then I'm gonna completely lose it, because it's like, if this is the last part of the story, and they don't do something like that, then I'm gonna kind of lose faith a little bit.
Yeah, because, like, I would say another thing that they're gonna have to, obviously they're doing gameplay regardless, but it's just one of those things to where, like, in the story, it's one or two things are gonna happen right after a lot of people play the game. People are gonna start complaining. People are gonna say that Goblin isn't comic accurate.
Again, I don't care about what people think. What I care about is what they do.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what they're gonna do yet, and that's the worst part. It's like, until we have an idea, will we know if it's good or bad?
I mean, from the Goblin design, like, from the leaked Goblin design, it seems like they're doing a mix of Ultimate and TASM.
Again, it doesn't. Again, we don't know exactly what they're going to do, because based on their plans, Spider-Man 2 is going to be a lot bigger. We were supposed to get the Spider-Verse game. We were going to have DLC, and it's like, that was scrapped. It just felt like that they bit more than they could chew.
Yeah.
Like, their ideas are great. It's just that they couldn't execute them all at the same time.
Hey, mind if I
Yeah.
help?
Oh, completely forgot that the hunters were a thing.
Wait, Riff, I got a question for you. How did you feel as Harry became Hobgoblin?
I don't think Harry should become a villain again.
No, like there's like a. Even though I hate to say this, even though I hate this show, in the 2017 show, Harry became a good Hobgoblin. Which, even though I hate that even though I know it doesn't hate, it surprisingly doesn't work.
Phoenix, the fact that you know it doesn't work and you brought it up is concerning because it's like you brought it up knowing that it's not gonna work.
Well, I mean, in certain scenarios, having Harry be Hobgoblin, even though I will say that I was trash.
We're not gonna do a Spider-Man 3 again, okay? We're not doing a Spider-Man 3 again.
I mean, we're not. I know that's not okay. What I'm saying is that they're not. What I'm saying is that we're not going to do Spider-Man 3. I'm saying that I'm saying that he could be a good version of Hobgoblin.
But it's like at that point, you'd basically be fighting an uphill battle. Cause it's like you'd have Spider-Man, you'd have Miles, you'd have Silk, you'd have potentially Doc Ock who could be reformed, and now you have like Harry as well. It's like at that point, it would just be too much.
Well, it's just like, you got 3 villains so far, Carnage, Norman, and Otto, and those 3 alone could be enough to, like, Carnage himself should be too much for just one Spider-Man, so it's like, he can't even be, like, an equal unless it's, like, Anti-Venom alone.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But the only way, you know what's funny, is that if Peter does lose Anti-Venom, it has to be with Carnage. Like, Carnage has to be so big of a threat that he loses Anti-Venom.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't want to be like overly negative, but I just don't see how they're gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't want symbiotes in the 3rd.
Well, like I said, the only way they can do it is if they double down with all the resources to like build the biggest project they have. But I don't, unless they do that, there's no way we know. I think the best way we can
off Yuri, you piece of shit.
I think until Marvel Wolverine comes out, and if that game's good or bad, we'll know.
Wait a minute, hold on. Who's the leader of the Flame? It's Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah, it's Carnage.
And I know that some people are going to be like, yeah, he doesn't have a cult, he has a cult.
Well, you know what's funny is, like, in that previous script, Peter was going to fight him in the game, and it's like, that would have been too much, because Carnage himself should be, like, more dangerous than Venom in base.
Yeah, I feel like the difference between Venom and Carnage is that, like, Venom actually had, like, noble motivations to an extent, but, like, Carnage is just fucking unhinged.
Well, what makes it worse is that you could say that Carnage is stronger than base Venom, but I don't see him stronger than amped Venom, unless he gets an amp himself. But even then, it would just be like, you could say that Anti-Venom's limit is like Carnage.
Well, it's like, I think that would be the difference between Venom and Carnage, is that Venom's more of like a Doc Ock, where it's like, he has a motivation to do something, whereas like Carnage would be more like Rhino, where it's like, he's just an unstoppable force of nature and Peter would struggle to stop him.
Well, what makes it worse is that Carnage is the one person in the comics Peter would kill if he could.
Aside from Marlon.
Well, no, it's just like Carnage himself, he can't kill no matter what he does. Like, if he separates the symbiote and Cassidy, they're technically one and the same now, because they bonded that.
Yeah, so because it's like he would technically be killing Cassidy.
Well, no. What I mean is, it doesn't matter if it's Cassidy. He doesn't care if it's Cassidy. Like, he says Cassidy deserves to die. The whole point is, if he kills Cassidy, he just regenerates. And if he destroys the symbiote, or, like, if he destroys just Cassidy in his body, a symbiote, like, a drop of the symbiote can respawn him completely. That's how bonded they are.
Yeah.
Even to the point that even if the symbiote is quote unquote separated from Cassidy, it's still Cassidy.
It's starting to feel more and more like Harry Potter. The fucking broomsticks.
You gotta play Hogwarts Legacy, man. I'm telling you.
I gotta use the TARDIS.
I mean, there is a lot, like, I don't know, it'll be really
that
good.
game is broken. Like, you'll move fast. You'll move just as fast in that game.
Yeah.
Only one problem, there is no Quidditch in the game.
Bullshit.
Yeah, they had to make another game for it.
They made a game for it. You can play it, but it's basically the same as Hogwarts Legacy.
Interesting.
No, I do think that, Ace, the question. For the Goblin Leak, I'm assuming you read the Goblin Leak for the game.
What exactly are you implying?
It's confirmed that he can lift up the entire city.
Interesting. You would need one hell of a boost to do that shit.
I don't know what kind of scaling that is, but that just seems insanely broken if he's capable of lifting the entirety of New York.
Well, he is Avengers Assemble Hulk. Also, what the fuck would he need? What would be the context behind that? Like, why would he even want to lift New York?
I don't know. Like, here's the thing. Whenever I saw that, keep in mind, like, whenever I saw it, like, it just flashed in front of me. Like, I was on Twitter one day and I just randomly found it and I read it.
Nick, I don't even believe it. I want to know where.
Gonna head out. Yeah, no worries, Nick. We'll give you a parting look from the
I don't. Keep in mind, like, I can't remember where I saw it, but it's probably deleted. But
I don't care if it's deleted or not, because the main thing about the leaks when they came out is some of it was actually fake information that people just brought up with the leaks. So it was both inaccurate and accurate information.
Yeah, I've nearly 100%ed every character.
But it's like, I guess I don't know, because like even I'm fishy about that. But for the context of that, like whenever I read it, there was no context on how he does it. So I'm like,
well, no. Like, for example, we know that Sam has to shake all New York Foundation, but that doesn't necessarily mean that. Like, for example, there's more information to say Sandman can lift the entire city than Goblin.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, if you said raise the city, what that really means is that he can tear the city down, not that he can literally raise it from the ground.
No, or at least like, well, I know that he can like raise the city. I know it's just like one of those things to where like I saw that and apparently from the looks of that, like at least from the scaling, even though like you know like this is not even from a scaling, but like when I read that, I was like,
again, raising the city can. Do you know what raising the town means? Raising, like, the flags?
Yes,
or, like, raising the fires?
Yes, destroying
Well, that's what it means. Destroying the city can mean a multiple different things. It can literally just mean you destroy its infrastructure, like its government, or literally the entire city. But for all we know, is that God the rest.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that he can literally lift the whole city.
Yeah, because, like, there has to be context for that, too.
Again, I don't believe that scaling that you said was true, even if it was said, like, you may have, it was out of context.
Yeah, it's because like I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, so is there context? Like, is there a reason? It's like,
you know what? I've had enough of anti-venom. We'll have a cheeky little change. Oh, we have the symbiote suits back as well. Nice.
Speaking of which, go into the options and go into accessibility, and you can change the parries from the symbiote, the arms, or the suit, even traversal abilities.
Cool. Interesting.
Like, it unlocks after you play the game. So if you want to use the arms on a symbiote suit for a parry or for a traversal, you can.
Interesting.
No, I mean, one of the
questions you want to
use for
So what I think Peter should do now is if he does keep anti-venom, he should keep the advanced suit, and the advanced suit is what he wears, but it's really just anti-venom. Like, he keeps the look of the advanced suit, but it's really anti-venom.
I mean, the thing is, though, like, I want him to get rid of I need them to get rid of anti-venom.
Why?
It gives Peter an insanely broken edge, and I truly think that anti-venom should have just went to, and I truly think that anti-venom needs to go to Harry.
Well, it's like,
it doesn't need to go to Harry.
But it's like, I like the reason, I like Peter having the symbiote, because it gives him, and Miles, like, even playing fields.
Yeah. My only reason why I would say, like, it would go to Harry is because of the fact that, like, it would just make...
don't think it does. No, rip. No, can I
didn't know you were around.
What?
Run.
You cutting out, is it?
When out. Can you hear me now?
What are you saying?
It's saying Miles and Peter on even playing field now is wrong, because Peter would beat Miles in every single fight now.
Well, no, I meant from a gameplay standpoint.
But even from a gameplay standpoint, you can make Peter have different abilities, either be with his webs or with his arms. It doesn't have to be the symbiote.
But it's like, I like the fact that they have, they have like actual abilities, like separating them.
Yeah.
But again, you can have that for Peter with the iron arms or webbing. It doesn't have to be symbiote. Like, you can just simply say that Peter is more creative and more ingenuity than Miles to give him an even playing field in combat. It doesn't have to be simpler.
Well, I think it makes sense for it to be the symbiote. To be honest.
I don't think. Well,
because you have Miles, who's basically just a discount Thor. Like, he can teleport and shit, and then it's like you're giving Peter like just tech. It's like I don't think giving Peter the ability to teleport would really work.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like Peter would kind of need the symbiote.
Yeah, it's not. Well, the thing that I disagree with is just the fact that I talked to Liam about this, but Peter should be more competent than Miles overall, to the point that if it really came down to it, Peter is just as capable without the symbiote, even if he's not as strong with it. Kind of the idea that you well, because the problem with anti-venom is it kind of defeats the purpose of having the symbiote in the first place or getting rid of it. It's like you should know that you're good enough without it.
I mean, he is.
Well, no, that's the problem, is that it's like saying, if you keep anti-venom, like imagine if Peter has to come to the realization that, yeah, I love anti-venom, but I have to give it up because, one, I'm still competent without it, but I need it to defeat the villain. Like, I need to get rid of it to defeat the villain.
Yeah.
I think that would be very context-based. Especially since, like, we know that Peter, like, is good enough to, like, do shit without it.
But again, it's one of those things where the whole point of getting rid of
Well, it's like the only way that argument would hold any weight is if Peter was to beat a villain naked, because it's like the fucking advanced suit gives him an edge in combat. It's like his tech does as well. It's like I feel like giving up the anti-venom wouldn't be enough.
Well, no, the difference it's not like the Stark suit where it's like if you're nothing without the suit, you shouldn't have it. The difference between that and this, the difference between the advanced suit and the Stark suit is that Peter doesn't make it, and Peter relies on it heavily. Like, he does it to the point that he doesn't even know how it works.
But it's like Peter does rely on the advanced suit, because it's like his go-to one.
But again,
it's like he no longer wears a cloth suit after that.
But the difference is that Peter makes it, and every single piece of it is his own ingenuity, his own skill, his own
It literally came from Otto. What do you mean?
The concept came from Otto, but Peter built it all on his own.
Yeah, I know, and it still gives him an advantage in combat, as does anti-venom.
But that's like saying that you rely on a gun. Like, the difference between the symbiote and the advanced suit is it's like saying, oh, I need a drug to, like, do well in fights.
Well, no, because anti-venom isn't an amp, it's just a permanent change to his biology. It's no more different than his spider powers.
Well, if it can be removed from him, it would be an amp now.
Except it isn't an amp.
It is if it's something he can take off or put back on.
But it's like, by that logic, so's the spider powers. It's like, yeah, he can lose the spider powers and then just get them back, yeah. It's like...
I think the main thing about it, though, is that the symbiote should be like regardless if it's anti-venom or symbiote, should be a way of saying to Peter that his own powers are enough, his own abilities are enough. His own intelligence is enough. Because the thing about the symbiote is that it should be, like, allegory for, like, an amp that you otherwise shouldn't use, even if it doesn't hurt you.
But it's like, I'm trying to apply this to, like, other characters to, like, see how it holds up, and I'm struggling to find any examples.
Well, the best way to think about it is, you know, Optimus versus, like, when he gets the jetpack, that's like him getting the advanced suit, where, yeah, it gives him an advantage, but he doesn't heavily rely on it all the time. It helps, but it's like...
Well, the reason why he doesn't... Well, again, I don't think that would be a very good comparison. Because it's like, Optimus, number one, most of the Jetfire upgrade got destroyed. And also, number two, it's like, he's wearing another person's body. It's like, I feel like he would get rid of it to, like, honor their sacrifice.
Okay, then here's a better example. Iron Man with his suits is pretty much Peter with the advanced suit, where, yeah, he makes it all himself and he relies on them, but it's ultimately all coming from him and his own ingenuity. It's how he uses it that makes it effective. If anyone else used it, they wouldn't be as effective with it.
War Machine?
Well, War Machine's
Iron
a
Spider?
different story, and again, as effective with it.
Well, it's like, I'd also point out the difference between Iron Man, especially in like the recent comics and like the recent films, is that Iron Man basically has a symbiotic relationship with his suits. Especially with like Extremis and stuff. So it's like at that point, it kind of like loses it.
That symbiote just grabbed someone.
I think what I'm ultimately trying to say is that when it comes to like War Machine or Iron Spider, for example, is that they kind of rely on the technology rather than the technology relying on them. If that makes any sense. Whereas like Tony is the one that makes the technology and it relies on him just like more so than he relies on it. Because ultimately he's the one that orchestrates everything. Like if you take away the Iron Spider and War Machine from Rhodey or Peter, they can't replicate this stuff and they can't make it themselves.
It's like I also think from a narrative standpoint it would be very like it would be irresponsible of Peter to give up Anti-Venom.
I think it would be irresponsible to give it up. That's why I'm saying that when it comes down to it, Peter should know that he's good enough without it, even if he still uses it.
Peter is stronger now, has a better suit and better gadgets. Yeah, I think this is just like a very different adaptation of Spider-Man, so I think that's fine.
Well, another way to look at it is if you were to say this in equal terms. Let's say Peter in the Insomniac verse was in a cloth suit. Same gadgets to say Andrew Spider-Man. It's like unless you give Andrew the same stuff that Insom Peter has, like the advanced suit, the anti-venom, like that, you can't make a fair comparison, like between who's actually better in fair conditions.
It's like you could make arguments between like who's stronger, who's more intelligent, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like you want to give them fair conditions to see who's actually better with the same stuff. Like for example, if you're gonna give someone an amp, you give someone else an amp. If someone else doesn't have an amp, then you should get rid of the amp the other person has.
But it's like I think it just comes down to like which characters you're comparing. Cause it's like a good like parallel is like Captain America and US Agent, where it's like US Agent like objectively has a better, in the comics at least, he has a better super soldier serum than Steve Rogers, but he's just not Steve Rogers. It's like it doesn't matter how strong he is, like Cap will still always beat him.
Well, it's the same thing in the MCU. It's like, yeah, in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, he's said to be stronger than Steve. Even Bucky needs Sam's help to fight him. But that's like saying, but it's like Steve can beat him if it were to fight, because even Bucky acknowledges that.
Well, no, but it's like the point I'm making is like it's like just because they have the amp, it's like they have to prove themselves in other ways. But it's like Spider-Man has. It's like the super soldier serum doesn't make Spider-Man. The super soldier serum doesn't make Captain America. It's like Steve Rogers does. It's like Mjolnir doesn't make Thor. It's like his own character does. It's like Anti-Venom doesn't make Spider-Man. It's like Peter does.
I think that's ultimately what I'm saying. Is like the idea of, like, just for Thor, for example, it's the same thing with Peter. It's like, yeah, Peter should know that he's worthy without the suit. Should know that he's capable enough without the suit. It's the same thing with Thor. It's like in Thor Ragnarok, he's like, yeah, the hammer helps, but I don't need it to be powerful.
Well, I think the difference with Thor is like the thing with Mjolnir is that it helped Thor control and focus his power, and it's like even in Infinity War, it's like he technically didn't need Mjolnir, but he still went out of his way to craft Stormbreaker. So it's like I feel like that's kind of what it is with Spider-Man as well, where it's like he doesn't like technically need these things, because it's like, yeah, he's the complete package. Like he's strong, he's smart. Like, there's barely any creatures that can, like, rival Anti-Venom. But at the same time, it's...
You know I love a dramatic entrance.
I don't know, it's just one of those. I just like the idea of him having Anti-Venom. Especially...
No, here's the thing, I wouldn't mind him keeping Anti-Venom, assuming that he has that mindset at 5.
Especially since, like, if they give Silk as well, I think it would give Peter individuality. Because it's like, you have Silk, who I imagine is going to be, like, exclusively web-based. So it's like, that makes Peter and Miles less special. It's like, Miles has gadgets, so it's like, that makes Peter less special. So it's like, at that point, if Peter is just webs and gadgets, it's like, what the fuck would you want to be him for?
Well, I would think you want to be him because while they may excel, it's kind of like a generalist versus a specialist. Like Miles and Silk may be specialists, but Peter's the generalist.
Well, no, but the difference with like looking at it from that perspective is like you have Miles where it's like, yeah, he can do gadgets, but he can also do like fucking Thor's lightning, and then you have Cindy Moon and stuff. It's like I feel like Peter would need something else to like contend with them.
Like the only way I see it working.
Hang on, this is the fucking Otto's lab somewhere. I recognize this part of the map.
Yeah. Yeah, but
one more day. One more day wasn't a dance.
What the fuck is it? Is Otto? Oh, here's Otto's lab. Haha. And they've got rid of it. Fuck.
Wait, is it still there?
It's still here. They've just boarded it up.
Wow.
Rip.
But yeah, I think what I'm ultimately trying to get at is when it comes to Peter with the anti-venom, I don't mind him keeping it as long as he has that mindset and vibe in mind.
It's like I don't think there'll ever come a point where Peter feels like he has to rely on anti-venom because like it can't like influence his mind anymore. And it's basically him and anti-venom are like one and the same. So it's like I feel like anything anti-venom can do, it's like I feel like it's just Peter like can do it as well at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I could.
It's like Peter's got a boost to his powers, and he's got like a shit ton of new abilities, but it's like it's still him.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it if Peter doesn't use anti-venom. I think it's fair if he only brings it out like if it's an emergency.
Well, what I really think about it is like I want to like address like the situation that even if Peter didn't have anti-venom in these situations, he would still be capable of fighting the threats he does in the games. Like, maybe not as well, but he can still fight them even if he's, like, on the back foot.
Wait a minute. Wait, it says there's no place in the game where it's stated that anti-venom is tied to Peter.
Well, it's implied by Peter that he has all of the strength, but he no longer has the voices in his head. Which implies that the symbiote doesn't have a consciousness, meaning that it literally couldn't, like, unbond from Peter if it wanted to. And it's also not affected by sound waves either. And obviously anti-venom doesn't affect it for obvious reasons. So it's like
I feel like what you're saying at this point is that the symbiote can't leave him because it has no will of its own, and it has no weakness to like force it off.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's like I don't think it would ever be able to be separated, because it's like even with decades of research, it's like Norman and Connors, it's like they still had like very little idea how to. Yeah, they still had like, even with decades of research notes, it's like they still struggled to Peter might give anti-venom to Harry. How?
I don't
care. Like this is the thing. Like, how would he even do it?
Well, again, I don't really think anti-venom has that much of a regen better than, say, Venom himself. Because if that were the case, then Peter wouldn't be exhausted nor battle damaged. But that's just me.
Yeah, I definitely think anti-venom doesn't have nearly as good of a healing factor as Venom.
It's like at that point, you would just be giving Harry a suit that doesn't help him like Venom did.
I think anti-venom definitely has a healing factor, but like it's just diluted down. Because like even if you want to say that, even if you want to say that like anti-venom is like 1% of Venom, it would still just be like, you basically have like 1% of his healing factor that has to heal the entire body. It's like it would just naturally be weaker.
You know what I think would be interesting?
Go on.
Sorry, 1 sec. Give me a sec.
Because it's like pretty much every single way of like removing symbiotes just doesn't work for anti-venom. It's like sound waves don't work. You can't like willingly get rid of it. It can't willingly separate itself from you. And as far as we're aware, at least, there's no machine in the verse that's capable of forcefully separating it from Peter. So it's like, I feel like Peter just permanently has anti-venom by now. The only way that it would stop is if Anti-Venom was somehow to die, but, like, I don't even know if that's capable, because it's, like, technically it thrives off of Peter, and Peter thrives off it, because it's still a symbiote. Fucking love dodging buildings with the web wings. So satisfying. Let's head to the Empire State Building.
Yo, I'm still here.
Nice.
Like, for example, with like a way that people have addressed it is that Peter without Anti-Venom is nothing compared to other Spider-Men because apparently he needed it to fight Venom.
Yeah.
But it's like the same could be said for like other versions of Spider-Man. It's like generally speaking, Spider-Man can't go blow for blow with Venom, which is like the reason why Venom has so many weaknesses. It's like Spider-Man in Spectacular, it's like he has no W against Venom without like some outside influence. Whether it's sound waves, or tricking it, or using the gene cleanser. So it's like the same arguments could be made against Spectacular.
Yeah, it's just that they say that he needs Anti-Venom to even do anything.
Yeah, it's like even Toby, where he basically just fodderizes Venom like with a fit of rage. It's like even then he needed sound waves. And he needed the pumpkin bomb as well. It's like...
Yeah.
Well, just like, I don't think any base Spider-Man could beat Venom blow for blow.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, even Return Your Vows, or whatever it is, even then he uses fire. It's like...
Yeah. And I think in Ultimate he uses electricity.
Yeah, it's rough. Peter might as well be impossible to kill. I don't think that's the case.
He is. You can get him to bow. I'm not even going to explain that.
I mean, if he cut off his head, I think he could do it.
Yeah.
Anti-Venom doesn't have any weak... Yeah, that's kind of the thing as well, where it's like, I don't think, you can get rid of Anti-Venom from his body, 'cause it's like, even if you removed it, it's like, there should still be a small amount of it left in him, assuming that it still behaves like Venom did.
Well, I mean, there's a chance that Connors could figure out a way to remove it.
But it's like, I don't think Connors would work with Norman, especially if Norman, like, goes off the rails.
Yeah.
Well, what makes it hard is that I think that base Peter and Goblin is comparable, but I don't think Anti-Venom and Goblin is comparable.
How many fucking planes are in the sky? I've just realized. Like, Jesus, like, this place is asking for trouble. Like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fucking hell, that's an accident waiting to happen.
You know what I also think of is that when it comes to Anti-Venom versus Insom Venom, is that Insom Venom had to be amped to even replicate, like, the same thing between base Peter and base Venom in other adaptations.
Yeah, good point. How long's the stream so far? It's been 2 3/4 hours. I think I'm gonna end it soon, because we're pretty much not doing anything. We're pretty much just chatting and swinging, so...
Are you gonna play it on Ultimate soon?
Yeah, I will.
The EMF stuff, that would actually be good to end on.
I might take a little break from the game, because I want to get back to doing some Sonic stuff. And also, I want to wait for them to get some patches out before I return to it.
Yeah, because it's like... The mods won't work. I've seen so many people
You
get...
could try Hogwarts Legacy in the meantime until, like, the end of February.
Hogwarts Legacy, because obviously Monster Hunter's coming out soon as well, and I know that I'm going to binge that shit.
Wait, when does Monster Hunter come out?
End of February, like the 25th, I think, something like that. And I know that when Monster Hunter comes out, I'm gonna jump on that shit because I love Monster Hunter.
I'm definitely playing with you. I've never played Monster Hunter before.
If it's like Monster Hunter World, where it's like cross-platform and there's like 32 people in a lobby, yeah, we're gonna have a freaking field day with that.
So,
Riff, can you scale NASA? I don't know who that is, so no, I can't.
Or Horde Mode in Space Marine 2.
Oh, that'll be good as well. I don't know if I'll stream it, because Space Marines 2, people... maybe I will stream it, I don't know. We'll see.
I think the reason that you didn't do well with views is because you came a little late to the party when the hype train was already dying down.
But it's like, the same can be said for this game. It's like, at the end of the day, Spider-Man was part of my channel, so... It's like... If two movie Spider-Men can be animated or live, can have a duo game together, who would you have? You'd have Tasm and Across the Spider-Verse. I'd have Andrew and Toby. I just think that would be an interesting combo. For real. But, hey, that's just me. Fucking love the red and black advanced suit. Looks so good. I finally got Monster Hunter World if you need another hunter. Yeah, we're talking about Monster Hunter Rise, which is like the new Monster Hunter that's coming out in February. But yeah, like, yeah, for real, we should all do a... Like me, Bankai, Phoenix, and Asafe, that would be one hell of a combo. Like...
I'm mostly the insect glaive type of guy.
Oh, you're an insect glaive. Oh, I'm a great sword.
I've never played Monster Hunter.
Yeah, so there's like 14 different weapon types, and you can be Wolverine if you want, like with the dual blades.
I mean, the only other weapon I would have is like the switch axe from the shield to like the big axe.
Oh, the switch axe is no, I think you're thinking of the charge blade, the one where it's like the shield and the sword, and then it becomes the big massive axe.
That one.
I like the longsword. Okay, so we've got Bankai, who's the anime guy. We've got Asafe, who is also another anime guy. We've got me, who's just like fucking guts. And then we'll have Phoenix, so I don't know who Phoenix will have. The hammer, maybe? I don't know.
Probably hammer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you get a fun...
with good speed, so I'll be the insect glaive guy.
Yeah, if you get a hammer, you can turn into Sonic, because you can do like there's an attack where you can jump off the cliff. You can jump off a cliff and like do like a spinning thing, kind of like how Sonic jumps, where you just become a ball. So yeah, if you want to be a Sonic, then yeah, go for the hammer.
I think if I was more traditional, I'd go with the sword and shield.
I just like the greatsword. The greatsword's just it just feels right.
I just think it's too big.
Ladies. No, yeah, it's definitely a massive weapon, and it's very slow, but, like, Jesus, it hits hard.
I mean, it's bigger than your whole body.
I know!
Yeah. Oh, wait, I forgot to ask you this. What did you think of,
It's 10 tons of steel on a stick. That's all it is. It's just a slab of steel on a stick. The greatsword's just so cool.
I've been wanting to ask you this. Are you going to be playing Night Rain?
Which one's that again?
Elden Ring.
I might do. I might. I don't think I've actually... I still need to stream Elden Ring on this PC. Like, I don't think I've played it since I upgraded my PC, like, last year. Elden Ring's awesome, for real. For real.
Yeah.
Most of the game, the hunters do most of the work. Yeah, like, Monster Hunter World... Monster Hunter Rise... no. Monster Hunter Wilds. Especially if they can get the performance sorted, it'll be one hell of a game.
Yeah.
What's your guys'
Since you're the greatsword guy, we should do a strategy. Bankai would go for the legs, you go for the front, and I go for the back.
Yeah, and then we've just got fucking Phoenix, who's just Sonic. Yeah, it's like, me and Phoenix should go for the head, because he can stun the monsters.
Yeah, it's like, you guys focus on stunning it, and I focus on trying to, like, you know, mount it.
I love it when you mount monsters, it's just so funny. It's like, the other people are there attacking it, and you're just there, just, like, clinging onto it. What's your guys' favourite Elder Dragon in Monster Hunter World, or in general? Ooh.
I have never played Monster Hunter, so like...
Whatever one gives me the coolest armor.
Well, Monster Hunter World, like, you are spoiled for choice. Like, you've got, like, Nergigante, you've got Fatalis, you've got Elatrian, you have Namiel, which I actually quite like, you have, Velkhana, which is the Ice Dragon. You've got so many cool fucking dragons. I think Zora Magdaros was the biggest disappointment. He's basically just Godzilla from Wish, but, like, fighting him's so boring.
Yeah. Oh no, I just realized his name. Oh no, he plays... Oh no.
Yeah.
I hate fighting Reed Richards in Rivals.
Yeah, Nergigante is, like, probably the hardest monster that you fight in the main story. Like, he's the one that gave me the most trouble.
Believe it or not, I only need to fight him 2 times to beat him.
Yeah, like, No Gigante is a monster that usually always kills me at least once, depending on... Like, even if I'm, like, really, like, high-leveled, usually I always die to him once, which is a bit weird. But he's such a cool dragon, I don't even care. Like, he's one of those monsters where if you don't Superman dive, you're fucked. Because some of his attacks have, like, insane range. But, yeah, I'm just looking forward to a lot of games this year. Like Doom, I'll probably stream. I'm so bad at Doom, but, you know.
Wait, do you like Doom?
I don't mind Doom. Doom's alright. I like 2016. I don't actually think I beat Eternal back in the day.
I mean, the only other game that I'm excited for is pretty much every game from the Life is Strange developers that I'm going to be playing.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of games coming out this year that I'm excited for. Like, obviously,
you know
this...
the new Elden Ring game? When does that come out?
Night Rain. I think that comes out in June, maybe? Like, the summer?
Yeah.
Because I'm playing that, assuming...
Yeah, because I was going to say, there's like this, there's Monster Hunter, there's Dying Light, the Beast, there's Elden Ring, Night Rain, there's Doom. Like, this is shaping up to be a pretty fucking good
Space
year.
Marines, when it gets
Space Marines is getting new content. Yeah, like, this is shaping up to be a pretty good fucking year for gaming.
I mean, I'm excited for... Well, I mean, I'm already excited because I think next week or something like that, Lost Records Bloom and Rage comes out.
Also, Bonkai informed me there's going to be a director's cut for Hogwarts Legacy, but I'm not sure if that's accurate.
Oh,
New Game Plus is here after completing the main story. Keep the hero upgrades and resources, but experience all new. Ultimate levels, golden gadgets, suit tech fusion. Cool.
But I will say,
still finishing your main game, mission replay and time of day is now available. Yay!
Can't wait for the Human Torch for Rivals. I'm playing him day one. The only problem is that he's gonna get banned. So, Rift, question.
Yeah, what's up?
What are your thoughts on playing? Because like, there's another Souls game. I don't even know if you want to know. What's your thoughts on Phantom Blade?
All right. I haven't played it. I've seen footage of it. I was just thinking, it's kind of crazy how like 2015.
Lies of P.
It's kind of crazy how like 2025 and 2015 are probably my favorite years for gaming. It's kind of weird because like 2015 we had Dying Light, we had Bloodborne, we had Black Ops 3. Probably a load more games that I'm just forgetting off the top of my head.
I mean, Black Ops 3 was...
BO3 Zombies.
I think it was great.
Witcher 3?
Witcher 3, yeah.
I would say it was Black Ops 3,
Black Ops 3 Zombies. Like, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start my first ever Ultimate run on Spider-Man 2 because I'm an idiot. You should do a Ultimate difficulty at level 1 and see how that goes.
It's torture. Don't do it. It's torture.
It's easy when you know what you're doing. It's
2025 hasn't even gotten halfway through. It still has plenty of time to disappoint.
Spikes.
I know, but it has plenty of time to impress as well. You know, glass half full. You know.
I mean, the only thing that has me right now is probably the new Life is Strange developer.
Yeah, like I think 2015 and 2018 were my favorite years for gaming because I wasn't a PlayStation fan, so I didn't get to play Spider-Man or God of War, but I did get Monster Hunter World, and that was like my game of 2018. That was my game of the year.
I would say for me, 2018, it was probably God of War.
To this day, now that I've played Spider-Man PS4, I think I still think that Monster Hunter World is my game of the year for that game. Like, they just did such a good job with that fucking game.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be tempted, like, if the story was better, I'd genuinely call it a masterpiece.
Okay.
Did you ever play God of War 2018? I didn't know. I've not played God of War. Maybe I should sometime.
That and on top of that, I think that was the year...
I came from the Arkham Batman Spider-Man short, that was fire. Yeah, that was probably one of my better shorts. I don't know, like, recently I just started putting a lot more effort in with the YouTube shorts, and they seem to be paying off.
I will say, I still am very confused on why this year's a little bit weird and a little bit ramped up. I just think that it's a little bit weird because, like, I'm excited for Ghost of Yotei.
Jaren, just finished the game yesterday, and my god, I love the game so much more now. Miles' new evolved suit, was already a fan, but seeing it in the game makes me like it a lot more. It's cool, definitely. This game isn't perfect, and there are definitely some performance issues that I want them to fix, but it's a pretty fucking good game. Definitely. Could Insomniac Spider-Man survive Monster Hunter World? Now that is an interesting video topic. That is very interesting.
Hold on, God of War 2018 has a better story, has a better pacing than Ragnarok.
Off the top of... See, like, I feel like you would have to give Insomniac Spider-Man comic scaling, because if you give him game scaling, he gets fucked. Like, he gets absolutely bundled.
You would have to give him the comic scaling.
I think Nergigante could probably take on Symbiote Spider-Man.
Yeah. I'm still a little bit confused on where people are saying that Zelda can, or that Link can solo Elden Ring.
Yeah, because it's like the, it's like even like an average Elder Dragon, it's like they're still planetary threats. So it's like, yeah, Spider-Man would definitely need the comic scaling.
I think Raven can do without again. No, that kind of defeats its whole entire purpose. Because the reason.
Well,
for
what do you mean
Raven...
the comic scaling for which verse? I'm
Bankai made a comment. He said, "Could Insomniac Spider-Man survive Monster Hunter World?" And I said that given the fact that even like average Elder Dragons are like planetary threats, it's like he'd probably need the comic scaling. But
yeah, he probably would.
Regardless, I still think he stops at Fatalis. Like, I think Fatalis and Elatrion would still kill him. Like, even with comic scaling. Because, like, the Monster Hunterverse does get pretty insane.
Well, how's the Hunters beat them?
The Hunters are just that guy. I don't know. But,
I always just assume they use gear to fight them, but not necessarily to, like, they're not one-to-one with them.
Well, yeah, kind of. It's like they usually wear armor made from, like, other, like, monsters. So, but I don't know
like
if that...
armor and blade.
I don't know if that, like, upscales them, though. So it's like...
Well, it's just like, if you give Spider-Man the same gear, could he do it?
Well, again, that's under the impression that he scales to the Hunters physically.
Yeah.
I just don't know if the Hunters are regular humans, or if they're superhuman, or if they're just...
Well, I mean, they are technically humans, but obviously, like, fiction, you know, like... It's like you have, It's like regular humans are strong enough in that, like, hunters are strong enough to, like, send dragons to the ground, like, with their strikes, so it's like, I don't really know.
No, we're talking about the hunters on Monster Hunter World.
It's just like, the power scaling in that is a bit wonky.
Yeah, it's like, because you have dragons that are, like, threats to the entire planet, yet you have hunters that can still kill them.
Well, just like, I've seen a cutscene where the handler can, like, punch the hunter.
It's like, let me show you a good video, actually, bear with me. Well, we may as well quit to desktop because this isn't really relevant now. Apologies in advance. I will give you guys 5 seconds to lower your freaking audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys ready? Why is ASAF muted?
Wait, I'm muted.
Why are you... What?
I'm still watching. I'm still listening. I
was muted by that.
Yeah, so the hunters can fight this thing. Yeah, I may as well just show you the actual Dalamador fight. Yeah, so regular so hunters can take on this guy. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Oh, that's what she said to me last night. I love how this is, like, genuinely dangerous, but to a hunter it's just another day.
And how's this thing planetary?
It's an Elder Dragon. Like, pretty much every Elder Dragon that is just, like, threat. They're just naturally, like, planetary threats. Like, they could just, like, wipe out the fucking Earth if they wanted to. Yeah, hunters can fight this thing.
I mean, if you gave Spider-Man comic scaling and you give him the gear to the hunters, I think he can beat it, but it would...
How does she fight that and win? Exactly. Have a guess how big this thing is. I want you guys to put your bets in the chat.
Bigger than Godzilla.
Take a guess how big this thing is.
Godzilla.
Bigger than Godzilla.
3 buses? It's a little bit bigger than 3 buses, mate.
What?
I'm just gonna say a little bit higher than Godzilla.
A little bit higher than Godzilla. Is that your guess?
Okay, just tell us.
Okay, so you know the platform that they're stood on?
Yeah.
Imagine if that was Mount Everest.
Oh.
Yeah, I think this thing is like 4... I think if it's either 4 kilometers long or it's 40 kilometers long. One of the two. Either way, yes, it's like 10 times Godzilla's size.
So it's Encalagon the Black Pig.
Huh?
It's the biggest dragon from Lord of the Rings. Basically, like 2,000 kilometers long.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. Imagine if a human could take on like what's that version of Ghidorah from Godzilla Earth? Imagine if humans could take on that, basically.
Yeah, I can see it.
And the human wins. Yeah, pretty much. The humans in the Monster Hunter verse are just built different.
It's insane.
Could they beat Elden Ring?
No, because I think Elden Ring gets into Outerversal. I feel like... Like, bruh, it would be a pretty bad day to beat that person.
Well, certainly a mosquito can kill a giant.
Like, where the fuck oh, there's its head. Like, where the fuck's its head? There's that much of it. Like, where's its head?
But yeah, it's like, what does this thing's feet have? That's my question.
Well, I think it's like, based on its status of being an Elder Dragon, like, it would probably just have, like, either continental or planetary scaling based off that, but it's like, you also have other Elder Dragons that just blatantly could destroy the Earth.
What about World? Do you fight any... I forget, do you fight... What's the Elder Dragon there?
There's quite, wait, hang on, monster attacks. Oh, yeah, damage comparison. Which Elder Dragon's the strongest? It's kind of crazy, like, how much damage these fuckers can do. But yeah, like, these are all, like, Elder Dragons at this point, like, the top tier monsters.
So you have all these planetary level beasts not destroy the planet.
Somehow.
Hey! So you're telling me that Geralt scales to planetary because this thing counts as it?
I don't think the Ancient Legion is an Elder Dragon. This thing is. Kolfteroth.
Well, it's just like Geralt would have to scale to the Hunters.
Can you help me with Monster Hunter World later? Maybe. This fucker is definitely planetary, because he's implied... Because even as a baby, which is what this thing is, like, this thing's a baby, it's still, like, implied to be one of the strongest. And this thing is what it looks like grown up. Saf Shiva. The calm before the storm, and then kaboom. That's a nuke. So 4,190 damage. Now we have the Behemoth from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I fought this thing. Barely won.
I freaking hate this thing. Like, this monster is such a bastard to kill. Yeah, pretty good. Shara Ishvalda, we've jumped into the 5 digits. 19,000 damage. That's pretty cool.
Oh, this thing with
oh, and now we've got Fatalis, 250,000 damage. Yeah, this thing's the strongest thing in the verse. And it looks like a regular dragon, but he's the most powerful thing in the verse.
I wonder how you survive that.
How you can't survive that. Like, you have to like take cover behind. I don't know what you take cover behind. You take cover behind something, and he melts the cover, and then you have to like fight him in like phase 2. Are you kidding me? Does the Dragonator do more damage than that? Please say it does. That'd be such a laugh. It breaks the game. I love it. Yeah. So the context behind that is that humans have basically created a weapon that specifically counters Elder Dragons. The Dragonator. It's basically just these giant fucking blades. That probably isn't gonna, that's probably gonna sting a little bit if those fucking things just came out. But yeah, humans in Monster Hunter can take down literally every one of those monsters I just showed you. So, yeah, these guys are just built different. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end the stream now, because we've pretty much got to the end of it. We're all just chilling at this point. Yeah, with that being said, I want to thank you all for being here as usual, and I will see you all next week. So have a good rest of your weekend. I'm going to be working on the Does Sonic Have Plot Armor video, because I have like a few days off next week, so I'm going to be working on that. Credit where credit's due, you actually commented quite a lot of good examples, so I'm going to have my work cut out for me making that video. But yeah, last year we did Was Spider-Man Nerfed? This year we're doing Does Sonic Have Plot Armor? Almost a year apart as well, since I'm pretty sure we made the Peter Was Nerfed video in March. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you all next week. Take care.
You as well.